Hello everyone! Welcome to the Forest of Memories. I am Sir Gwyncaller, your guardian, your high remembrancer, and your arbiter. I see you, Cataclysm, you can't hide from me. I hope you're all doing well tonight because it is time now for more symphonic crimes in a state of war that may be forbidden, aka Symphony of War, Legends Edition. So, with that, before we hop in, remember, this is going to involve everyone, so I'm going to have a bunch of people in here helping me dub the game, and we're going to be doing a bunch of silly shit. So, hope y'all enjoy that. One last thing before we get started, remember that I am now an affiliate with Waifu Wares, so if you want to get a cheaper alternative to, a GamerSupps Waifu Cup, and actually get yourself a genuine Waifu Shaker, you can go to Waifu Wares, and if you use the code Zaruk15 at checkout, you get 15% off of your total. And then of your total, 20% of that I will get because you're using my promo code. And for all of those of you who may be interested, they said if 10 people use the promo code, I will get to design my own Waifu Cup. So Zara, Amina, who knows? Maybe me, if people are into that. We'll see. Regardless, sit back, relax, make yourselves at home, and let's get right to the fun.
There wasn't all women's wrestling.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello.
We're talking about weird shit.
I know.
Yeah. Hi.
There you go.
And wrestlers who find out the hard way that carpet staples are not the same as normal staples for a dumb spot.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, here we go.
I'm not going to explain that any further.
You don't need
the
to.
audience can just be confused.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got some conversations to go through, so... Let's see. Oh, this will be interesting.
Beatrix and Jules. Oh boy.
Hey, Beatrix! How are you liking it here?
Well, I guess I'm supposed to belong now?
So you're just gonna fly solo? Well, I'm not gonna let that happen.
Is that so? Good luck with that. But you do seem like a real sweetie. Perhaps I'll make you my most prized servant.
Hey, 17, how you doing? Thanks for the hydrate and the posture check. Oh, Well, can I ask, how did you become so magically gifted? This man is a... experienced battle mages.
Is my gift and my curse, Jules. My existence is a bit of an experiment. You see, I'm the first Nephilim those cultists knew about, so they tried to twist me in every which way to get me to do their bidding. Really messed with my brain. They'll tell me.
Mess with your brain?
Don't you see? The elevator doesn't quite reach the top floor here. A few nuts and bolts missing. Who knows, I might just snap in the middle of this conversation and make you explode. Just for fun. What do you think about that?
That's what she said.
If you say so. Hey, you're a gem, but I gotta practice my skills and I need you to keep your distance. Do take care. You're just speeding through this.
Have fun, Beatrix.
That I can do.
Can we also talk about how Jules isn't really wearing armor?
No. But it's also the fact that, to me, oblivious to how crazy she is. So...
okay, yeah. There was a bit of a... You're better now.
Okay. Beatrix, I have so much to ask you.
Zaruk, please, ask away. I'll talk as long as I'm not bored. It helps that you're pretty. Don't let anyone tell you that being pretty isn't important.
Family. As in Edmund Pendergast. Richest person. Automobile that never took off.
Indeed, the very same. Although to be fair about the automobile, it exploded.
You must stand to an...
Well, I do deserve all the world's riches, but that doesn't mean the old man's going to bequeath his fortune solely to me. He's got an army of sycophants looking to take a bite out of his empire at all times. Guess Guess we'll see when that cold, ancient heart of his finally gives out.
Not the closest with your father, huh?
Oh, really? Whatever gave it away. Ha! No. Maybe someday I'll tell you why.
No worries. I'm just wondering how Pendergast came into his wealth. Almost seems unfair.
When the lion slays the gazelle, would you rather lament the unfairness of nature or try to become the lion? You know anything about the Ethereum crisis?
I'd like to say I'm a history nerd, so yes. Wow, this guy's me for real.
Well, Poindexter, you're in for a treat.
Zerk's like,
Pendergast has always been around, but once the world got a nice facelift from the destruction caused by the Ethereum crisis, Pendergast was there to buy it all up buy up all the cheapened real estate. That, and they financed the reconstruction efforts from shore to shore. That sort of thing pays off, big time. 'Tis the banker who rules the world without swinging a sword. Wait a few generations, invest the earnings, and now they control whoever they can buy. You know, that does sound pretty unfair, now that you mention it.
So, what exactly has led you down this path?
And what path would that be?
I guess I don't know that.
I will confess, I sometimes feel like an alien living among humans. Your customs and earthly pleasures bore me.
Preach.
What really gets me going is seeing what kind of disruption I can weave. Right now, that puts me on your side. But later, if I should develop the means, I'm not sure. I could just become your greatest adversary, if doing so is entertaining to me. Does that make you nervous?
Yep. Truly felt that you would bring us down. Feel that way.
So trusting. Easy to devour when I'm good and ready.
You are a character.
And you have successfully entertained me, but I can already feel boredom creeping in. Do be a dear and visit me some other time, And if not you, then that Zeteni person.
Of course. Enjoy.
I was about to say, he's like, you are a character, and you're the protagonist.
Yeah.
you are a sad, strange little man. And you
well,
have
no,
nobody.
the proper hero of your own little story.
Oh yeah, your own little story. Yeah.
Zerg, you're cutting in and out again a little bit, Chief. You might want to try something just in case it's not internet related. Try flipping Discord over to push to talk. Sometimes the voice activation just decides it doesn't want to cooperate.
Hold on a second.
Even an Angel Silver song. This game is about shenanigans and a few war crimes.
It's Fire Emblem, but it's Fire Emblem with advanced wars in it.
I was about to say Fire Emblem with dragons.
Fire Emblem already has dragons.
Fire Emblem already has dragons.
With
They have dragon lolis too.
Symphony of War. Those basically reborn avatars of the gods who are supposed to stop a long 1,000-year wars, Tactics Ogre, and a few. And it was all made in RPG Maker, which is what makes it even nuttier.
Glorious RPG Maker.
It also doesn't have dragon lolis, so if that's not your thing,
I mean, technically, okay, no, she's of age. She's just a young woman controlling dragons.
yeah, so apparently it's not Discord. You're cutting out hardcore now.
Okay, fuck. I don't know.
Phoebus. Again?
Yes.
Shadow War is officially cursed, I think. For
Yeah, I
It might just be the time slot.
figure that out. Hold on. Let's see, maybe. Let's see. All right, I think I might know what the.
I see.
He's working on it.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Give me a second.
Take your time.
We will attempt to entertain the people.
So, Stefan just woke up from a wonderful spot of drink. Why is she here?
She's joined our side.
And so Root just let her.
Apparently, she's a Nephilim. You know, like them.
Ha ha.
Yeah, she's a Nephilim like you guys, so.
Okay, so I think I fixed it. What it looks I told
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
Tell you a bad pun.
All right. Well,
All right.
how about now? If I turn that off, is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what it looks
Yeah,
like,
but we're back.
what it looks like is happening, I think, is that from what I can gather, what it looks like is that when I'm sharing my screen like that, you know how I told y'all, like if I'm doing all that and then I alt tab out, sometimes like stuff shorts out and then everything reboots or something. I think that's what's happening. The computer is like for some reason struggling to do all that stuff at once, and so when it like stutters, y'all can't hear me. So yeah.
Understandable. It seems like the mic is the thing resetting.
It's not the I don't know if it's the mic. That's the thing.
Well, usually the silence translates over. Well,
All right. All right. You want to hear it? You want to hear a pun? I'll give you a pun. I had a dog from Missouri once. Kept going left, so guess he's a southpaw.
Shut up.
Okay, and also I may have one solution for this. Hold on. So I normally have a fan going. Sorry, I had to get up. I do have a fan going normally, and because I have seen from time to time that the mic picks up the fan, so maybe by doing that, we won't have that problem anymore. We'll see.
Alright, your fan.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But I'm hearing double on some of y'all. So like either some of y'all are not wearing headphones, which you should correct, or yeah, some of y'all have really sensitive mics that are picking up double, like other people talking. Because I'm hearing.
I lowered my mic. How's that sound?
You're fine. You were fine. It was always,
Yeah,
I think,
you were
Ferris
fine.
who I was hearing.
Yeah, there's a reason I go on.
That was probably me. That was probably me.
Yeah, there's
Can
a
I
reason
be
I go
heard?
on push to talk.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right.
Let me see if I can get this to work now.
So far, so good.
How about now?
Oh yeah.
Well,
We won't know until.
Okay. All right, let's see. So now we go to the mark. Oh, wait, we have no money. I forgot. We have nothing.
I know a good way of testing. Hang on.
Sources
Nada.
go.
Wait, I am.
Oh. What?
We're gonna have to.
Shit, really?
We're gonna have to read through the street itself.
Okay, can y'all hear me or not?
I can hear you now.
Hear you.
We can hear you, but it,
Here, I
usually.
know a good way of managing to test this out.
Okay.
Here's a good test. We'll see if we can get something. Also, an excuse to give steady speech, because if it works, then great.
Okay, let me think. Goes. I watched
Did I
it cut
answer that
out.
question?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have to turn this off then. So,
Damn.
but don't worry. We'll figure it out somehow.
Forewarning, because of where I live, time period, I'm a little laggy.
You can,
So
Amina, turn up your mic.
Yeah.
You're too quiet now. It wasn't you who I was.
Mina,
Yeah.
if I'm not
Mina-
reading
Yeah.
fast enough, it's because I'm lagging on the stream itself.
Don't worry.
And,
It's
and I
fine.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's fine. So,
Yeah.
but to answer your, but to follow up on that post, because you asked, here's a history quote, and I love this one. So everyone knows who Joseph Stalin is. He doesn't need an introduction. who a lot of people don't know about is Tito, who was the Soviet leader, who was the Soviet-appointed leader of, I believe, Hungary, I think it was Hungary. Yeah, so Tito was a... Please do not get this confused. Tito was still a scumbag. He was basically Hungary's version of Stalin, basically. Not a good man. However, the thing is, he was very anti-Stalin. He was still a communist, but very strictly anti-Stalinist. And so, Stalin tried to have him assassinated. Multiple times, actually. And they failed. All of them did. To the point that Tito wrote a letter directly to Stalin, and in the contents, I'm paraphrasing here, but the letter went, "Stop sending men to kill me. We've already caught one with a bomb and another with a gun. If you keep sending men here to kill me, I'll send someone to Moscow, and trust me, I won't need to send a second." And the assassination attempt stopped. So
Tito was basically round 2 of Rasputin.
Something like that. I mean, but like it wasn't that they couldn't kill him, it's just every time they tried, they kept getting caught. Like they just they could not kill him. Like he wasn't paranoid either. His men were just that good. So.
Oh.
When your men are that good, you don't need to be paranoid.
Yep.
Yeah. That's surprising, actually.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's see. We're going. We have everyone back together now. So like all of our heroes have been rescued and everyone's back together. However, we do have one problem. So Beatrix is not a leader. She has very poor leadership because she prefers to fight alone. But the problem is, okay, I'm hearing a lot of like, hold on. Like I'm hearing someone's mic is really sensitive, is picking up them like exhaling into the mic. So I'm with Josiah, just go push to talk. Probably the best thing to do. But yeah, here's the problem with Beatrix for anyone who plays this game. She's really good, but she doesn't play well with others. And this is bad because as the game goes on and the enemy gets more units into their squads, well, if Beatrix fails to kill the enemy, they're gonna kill her. So there's a lot of things you can do with her. The best thing is at least get her leadership at least up to 50 or close to it so she can at least field a few more people. But as for who you're going to be fielding, I mean, you don't really have a lot to work with. Well, I'll show you. So, let me pull up her thing here. So, yeah, so first of all, she has the haughty skill, which means she's not affected by the morale of her squad. If her squad starts breaking, she won't, because, well, she doesn't give a crap about anybody. And she also has Arcane Vigor, so she gains max HP equal to 100% of her magic. So, yeah, whatever her magic skill is how much health she's going to have. So, yeah, it's pretty nuts. However, she has no armor, which means she's going to take full damage from everything. And, yeah, strength-wise, And she's also slow. Until you get the trait that allows wizards and slow infantry to move at full, like normal speed, she's a slow-moving unit. So, there are ways to fix that, of course. Yeah, the best thing is you got to pick who you're going to put with her. In this case, she attacks from 2 spaces. That is one of her abilities. She's a ranged or up-close unit. So, you can put whatever you want with her. But given the fact that she literally has to kill, I'm probably going to put more mages with her. So.
Last time we had a samurai.
I know. I remember. Yeah, the simp samurai. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, the simp.
Who basically.
Simperai.
Yeah, who just stood there and took hits. Yeah. We can give her a spearman, but yeah, primarily her thing is going to be magic, because if she can attack from 2 spaces away, well, that having someone who can do the same helps her out.
An oracle also might help.
Yeah, an oracle would also help, yes. But we do not have an oracle at the moment.
Well, we can upgrade.
Yeah, we can get one. Let's see. As for that, I hate to let it... Well, actually, it's not that big of a surprise, but I can mention it. So after doing a bit of research, I found out that Jaromir is believed by many to be the worst unit in the game. It's because he comes in late. Well, not late not very late, but he comes in like mid-late through the game, and his stats are awful. Because the main thing about Jaromir is that his primary thing is he's a tundra warrior, which means he fights well in the, in blizzards or in the cold. Except we're not there anymore. So
he shows up right as we leave the tundra.
Yeah, and since he doesn't have anything like he doesn't have Barnabas's training ability, he doesn't have shock and awe, he doesn't have any of those abilities that would be very helpful. Like, he's basically a body blocking unit. You put him down somewhere and then basically just let him stand there and just, take hits, basically. Which sucks, but...
Yeah, did they actually buff him somewhat?
They kind of did, but it still doesn't help him very much, unfortunately. And the other problem is because he's and his
leadership's not that great.
Yeah, his leadership is, it's not bad, but... Hey, Spitty, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, his leadership is good, actually. He is a duke. Remember, he's the Duke of the Northern Territory, so he has good leadership. But the problem is that a leader unit, like Jaromir, should, synergize with his soldiers, which he doesn't. So, and not to mention, if he dies, then your unit basically collapses. So, what most people end up doing is this. They literally hide him behind his men, which is kind of lame, honestly. But,
I mean...
It tracks.
Yeah, it tracks. Sadly.
And it actually works. At least it gives him something. At least it gives us something to work with, though. Yeah. So I'm going to guess you're going to make him into an infantryman.
Yeah, or just make him some kind of commander of some kind. Just again, a blocking unit. If all else fails, having someone to just stand there and get hit is not a bad idea.
Basically, just a tank.
Yeah,
Take
basically.
lessons from Zatenni.
Yeah. So let me think. So in the meantime, Barnabas is kind of a sad thing because he's technically supposed to be a captain, like a knight captain. He's supposed to train people, but his leadership is shit, which makes me very sad because it'll go up, but even so, it kind of limits him. The problem that this game has with your units is that, for example, the Avatar here, who, for those who don't know, all of the characters in this squad with the Avatar character are all members of this voice group. So everyone who's been part of this voice group has a character here. But the thing is about the Avatar will continue to scale, and so will a lot of other characters. But the problem is that you have to devote time and energy to a lot of them. So what I've seen some people do, and this is not a bad idea actually, is that some people will make Barnabas into he's a mentor, so he improves the leadership growth of his soldiers. So one thing I've seen them do is actually give Barnabas dragoons, because not only are they mounted cavalry, but they've got guns. So, which means they'll level up quick. And dragoons have the hit and run ability, which means they can run in, fire, and then back off. So, yeah.
I assume we're going to turn all these knights into dragoons.
Possibly, yes. But right now, a lot of these guys, can't, My plan is to turn this spear wall into sentinels, so he has someone to protect him. At least on the front line. And then we can, make the guys in the back row into dragoons if we want.
I think one of them is ready to be a sentinel.
Yeah, but I always group them up together. It's better that way.
Okay.
It's friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship. Friendship, he say.
Let's see. The main thing is we're lacking, and here's Andrea's unit, which we're, going to be using field artillery with.
Just gun.
Mm-hmm, gun.
Gun.
And if that don't work,
use more gun.
Use more gun.
So, yeah, so I mentioned, here's the thing, Mage Regiment, which turns all support and magician units into, basically removes their speed cap, so they can move at normal speed. But until that is unlocked, units like Beatrice move at, 5 squares, which is crippling. Anyway, before we get started on the next level, I want to go and do Legends 1B, which is Defend the Claim, which is the part 2 to the story of of Captain Antares. So we get to see how his thing turned out. So for those who don't know, who are probably seeing this game for the first time, I'll go over it when we see him. These were added for the Legends edition of the game, which is their first DLC. This is basically giving you, I thought it was going to be post-game stuff, which I've heard maybe there is, but I'm not sure. But this also adds like little guidance chapters to kind of illustrate what's happening. So, Florina's handlers have declared the claim at Armitage, sending shockwaves throughout Viridia. As the Denari Temple deliberates, rivals to the throne are prodded to action, and have marshaled every last bit of their forces in a last-ditch effort to prevent Florina's ascension. A massive force is gathered from the west of Duke Terranor's forward base at Fort Eureka. Hey, that name sounds familiar. Where a small garrison awaits. Terranor once again asks Captain Antares to command his army and reinforce the position at Fort Eureka. Now, does anybody want to guess who the dude on the right is?
No. Not my drinking buddy.
I would assume this is
Barnaby?
Yeah, that's Barnabas.
Yeah.
That's Barnabas.
Wow, he looks really handsome.
Mm-hmm. Well, remember, this was 25 years ago, so...
25 years doesn't just do all that.
Yeah. So, for those who are new to the game, the dude on the left is Captain Antares. Captain Antares is a war hero, but he would also be he's also the antagonist in the prologue of the game. These levels were added to kind of paint a picture of who he was so you knew what you were fighting against. Antares promotes one Barnabas Fitch to squad commander to assist in the oncoming battle. At what seems to be the final battle of the Secession War approaches, Sayuna's Duke of Ezram eyes the situation. Indeed, Terranor has pulled almost all of his forces from the south and east flank, leaving Stormrook an attractive target. Oh, hey, Spitty, thank you for gifting 5 subs to the community. You've given a sub to Deimos, Kian Rakudo, 17, Arclean Core, and Azarax. Thank you very much. That means a lot. Please, thank you. Appreciate it. Also, for those wondering why that sub goal is so high, that was just for the subathon I had last month. I'll be changing that later. But thank you very much. Lord Terranor is being attacked at Fort Eureka. Why does he not withdraw? We're forced to break the siege coming from the west. You, soldier, to me. What is your name? Here, Captain. Barnabas Fitch of Melmond, sir. I noticed the way you handled yourself at Armitage. Well done, soldier. Melmond. Seems your hometown may be soon on the front lines of battle. You think you can lead a heavy cavalry detachment? Speed is of the essence in this mission, and we will need young men like you most of all. Yes, sir. I mean, I'll do what I can, Captain. Ain't much different than wrangling wild horses back at the family farm, right? Be sure not to let your men hear such a metaphor, kid. Lessons later. We need to move to Fort Eureka. On the double! Now. Well, thank you, Spitty. I appreciate it. I don't think I'm that cool, but thank you. So.
Don't make us tap.
I know.
I have the sign tapping ready.
Alright, so here's the deal. Fort Eureka cannot fall. You'll also notice Fort Eureka's walls are actually a lot smaller than when we fought there. It's because, good bit of storytelling, the walls would be improved after this battle, which I think is pretty cool. But there's another issue. See, there's actually 2 objectives here. Fort Eureka is one, but then if you go to the other side of the map, the castle city of Stormrook is also an objective. We have to guard both. And this is because right now, we have to deal with this army. But if y'all will remember in the briefing, the King of Sayuna is literally right across the border. And
I have come to take your land.
Yeah, and he's massing his forces. So, the thing is, again, another really good bit of storytelling in the game. If a player just looked at this part of the battlefield, they wouldn't look over here, and they wouldn't draw the connection of, wait, that's Stormrook, and that's Sayuna's capital of Ezram. And they wouldn't put the pieces together of, oh crap, there's probably going to be another attack here, isn't there? So
where's Zeteni the Undying going?
we'll find, probably to Fort Eureka, because he's too well, actually, he may be able to get to Stormrook. We'll see. Yeah, what does he think this is, a free real estate deal? It's called taking advantage of someone's weakness.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
It's morally correct.
Wait, what is Barnabas's group actually consist
Barnabas,
of?
Cadet Barnabas. Also, I love how they made his eyes look like Brock from Pokemon, like he squints, which I think is hilarious. So Barnabas,
Baby Barnabas.
yeah, so Cadet Barnabas leads a heavy cavalry detachment. He still has the Knight Captain ability, but he also has Rally, which means other units in the same row of him have increased attack power. So that's a pretty good skill. And his unit is Knights, Cavaliers, and Scout Cavalry. So he can go fast. Meanwhile, Captain Antares leads basically the heavy, the heavy Knight force of this reinforcement group. So, and of course, naturally, if Antares is defeated, it's game over. Though, I find it odd that Barnabas dying is not a game over condition, considering he lives. So if he dies, we basically created a time paradox. But
Time paradox
aren't game overs. They're just step 2.
Snake, what have you done?
You've
created a time
Snake, what have you done? You've changed the future. You've created a time paradox. Also, you can create another time paradox by deploying Barnabas alongside his younger self, but we're not going to do that. So
Don't let them touch.
yeah, don't let them touch each other. And for those who don't know what that means, in most time traveling things, you're not supposed to interact with your past self, because if you both exist at the same place at the same time, yeah, no, yeah. Time and physics will literally shit the bed and you'll die.
Yeah, but
Time
my
and space
molecules
is
are
bendable.
different than past Laz's molecules, so I am perfectly clear to knock myself out.
Yeah, space is warped and time is bendable.
Time is not linear. It is a big ball of
Wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. Yeah. Also, this is these legend missions, for those who might want to get this game, these legend missions are hard. They are meant to be, though. They're meant to be unlocked as you play through the game, but they're not meant to be played fully until like you're near like, till you've gotten experienced, basically. I wouldn't call them challenge missions, but they're close to it.
Alright, this is an entitled question, but do they have any benefit?
Yes. Not only do they give more context to the story, they're also good experience gathering opportunities. And some of them will give you special units. Like, this one doesn't, but some of the later ones, like I believe the one at the bottom, Queen of Dragons, unlocks a new class for you to use. So...
Fancy title.
yeah, so... yeah, the weather is shit, but the good news is, as long as there's path here, Zeteni can just skate along the path to the target, so...
The Heelys are deployed.
Now, Zeteni, don't get lost and go to Stormrook, alright?
Zeteni would decide not to get lost, but would go to Stormrook anyway.
That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
Yeah. Sir, your orders have arrived. These orders won't deter me because I cannot read.
Sir, please, those are civilian casualties. I don't know they're civilians.
Yeah. I think, soldier, you mean acceptable casualties.
No, I was thinking like, I don't know that. What are you doing? Meta? Like, what is this, meta knowledge?
Yeah.
It must be done.
The space book says this is bad.
Well, I can't read.
I can't read. It says we can't do that in the codex. But yes, and this is basically a defend mission. Defend both objectives for 20 turns, and I think about I'm gonna guess and assume that maybe about halfway through the mission, then we have to fight a battle on 2 fronts. That's my guess. So
I'm sorry, but the Codex. What is this, Leandros?
no, little German boy, don't join the Black Templars.
The Codex is... Wow, the Codex is started.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
I mean, technically they're not going against the Codex Astartes. They're just using the loophole.
Yeah.
The Black Templars, when confronted with the Codex Astartes, they're more like guidelines, really.
Yeah, they're more like guidelines, really. Even Gilliman would agree with you. They're more like guidelines, really.
Most of the Space Marine characters would agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. What happened with Leandro? Probably even actually no. Even Kaido Sicarius at this point, given what happened to him recently. In the story.
Yes, you mean ultra depression and PTSD.
Oh
yeah.
God. He had the biggest humbling ever done to his character.
Well, it's not.
It is harsh.
Well, I mean, but if by humbling you mean being trapped in hell for like a century, watching everyone around you die, and then being brought back as the lone survivor, yeah, that would be pretty humbling. And it's also kind of a bit of culture shock for him, and I love this because everyone likes to say, "Oh, all of 40K is just gloom and doom." There's comedy in it if you know where to look. And I've told Amina this. There's a passage, in one of the newer books where Gilliman is writing on a bunch of papers, and he knocks them all onto the floor, and it says that he's like, and he gets up, and he can't bend at the waist because of his armor. He can't bend over and get the paper, so he has to get down on his knees to get the paper, and every time he tries to grab it, it fumbles out of his grip. Because it's so thin. Yeah, and he goes like, I have faced many enemies, and I have dealt with many struggles, but this is my greatest adversary. And he goes like, parchment, my greatest enemy.
I can imagine him saying that in the same kind of voice I have on a Monday morning. Just trying to get a staple out of a freaking document.
Well, no.
Just
it's
this,
really
just
funny.
This idea of I am so tired of this crap already.
Yeah.
No. It's funny because Sicarius is there and he's like,
sir,
are you serious?
And he goes like, yes, I made a joke. And he goes like, do you think I'm like Rogel Dorn that I can't make a joke? I can, and I did. And like it's one of those moments where he realizes, wow, my sons are really fucked up that they don't even know if I'm joking.
It's like, wow, the future sucks.
This is accurate, Andrea.
Oh yeah. Gilliman probably could. Now,
also, I just realized when it comes to like these clerics healing people in battle after they've taken on catastrophic damage, it's literally that joke of healing spell. Healing spell. Healing spell. Just let me die, Brian. That's basically it. Like literally, guy gets hit with a cannonball, and you stitch him back together while he's screaming. Then he gets hit by another cannonball. You stitch him back together, and then when an arrow hits him in the chest, he's just like, "For God's sakes, let me die."
A lot of people are always saying, "Hey, can we have healers? Healers in Battlefield would be great." When you realize healers would be horrible.
Healers would be horrible.
Yeah.
No,
they'd also spend most of their time sick of everyone's shit.
Yeah.
You know damn well in a modern military, the healers wouldn't be fixing people's injuries in battle. They'd be having to cure the dumbass soldiers' hangovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Repent before the righteous.
Let's be honest, troops can be really blockheaded.
What's that quote from One Shot Questers? He goes like, stereotypes for D&D classes. Cleric, healing the party, but I don't because it's hilarious.
I also do like
players don't deserve healing.
No, like a very common advice when you're starting off playing a cleric is don't heal the party unless you actually need to.
Yeah.
Victory for Embor.
Resources are finite, and people get hurt a lot.
Yeah.
To be brave.
And if someone starts getting in your face about healing them, you can literally tell them, do you want me to go to your funeral knowing I could have changed that outcome? Then don't piss me off. What's that joke, you know, would you guys be there for me if I was going through something? No.
Not
Nope.
at all.
No, absolutely not.
I'd be.
I hope I hope it sucks whatever you're going through. 'Cause I hope you can reach out to me so I can ignore you. Because I hope I can't wait to go to your funeral knowing I could have changed that outcome.
Oh, jeez.
No, that one, no. So unfortunately, because apparently these morons didn't think to actually hook the fort's walls together, this makes the battle a little bit more difficult. Because, as you can see, these guys don't stand a chance.
They bought you a single turn.
Mm-hmm.
The battle lies before me.
Yeah, and somehow we're gonna have to prevent this. From,
Yeah. Prevent them from dying. Or from getting the place captured.
Yeah, lucky
It'd
for
be
us.
really cool if you had powers.
Well,
Awaiting your order.
unfortunately, you only get the powers from fighting the enemy.
The enemy!
Also, there's Barnabas's farm, by the way. The Fitch family farm.
Did anyone get that joke?
Yeah, the enemy!
Hey!
Yeah, the enemy! Yeah, I get it.
For my defense, I actually didn't see the powers until you pointed them out.
Yeah. Master Robin, there are too many of them. What are we going to do? Just, there are too many lens. There are too many lens.
Stay strong, everyone.
Lightsaber sound.
Yeah.
Donar, guide my attack.
Yeah, we're gonna send a small detachment over here to, like, at least reinforce the position. But as for everyone, like, as for the main group, they're gonna have to keep going to Stormrook.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
And it is true that you can have flying units who can get over there quick. Unfortunately, from what I've seen or from what people have said with the new updated AI, if the AI spots flying units, they will literally single that unit out and kill it.
That's neat. That's
Yeah.
bad.
And yeah, we have access to none of our powers. So,
Yeah, we have
Not
to
the
wait.
least tactical.
why would you do that? Well, that's just great. Now they can literally just walk over there and take the objective.
We're gonna have to take it in the we're gonna have to defend it in the next turn.
Yeah, well, no, because it's their turn now. So that dude just walks onto the building. It's basically game over. Unless the AI decides to pull a no-cap kill all. And just murk everybody. Which they might.
I wouldn't put it over the AI to say let's kill everybody.
Yeah, that seems to be what they're doing. Oh, yeah, that is what they're doing. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. They literally had victory at their reach. But...
Yeah.
Defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah. Why? Like, thank you, crossbowman. Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Alright.
Bye.
Break their resolve.
Anyway.
You will be honored, longbow crossbowman Jim.
And we fire! Rude.
There's also the problem that Lysander is less effective because it's raining. The guns will still work, but they're less effective in the rain.
Yeah. and- It's round
And
eight.
these weather conditions.
I can do this.
I am not doing well. It's like things are, as they say, not good. Luckily, magic isn't.
The rain is
Yeah,
falling
you
to
can
the
see,
armor
and
of
remember,
rescue.
this is the second one of these Legends levels, and you could see how, yeah, these guys take some punishment. So,
Yeah, that's kind of insane. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Ready for the
I mean, that's kind of the
barbecue.
point. It's meant to show that, hey, this is, like, extra stuff. So,
Yeah. I know it's supposed to be like, yeah, let's just show you how really good. Like, let's just show what we can do if we actually wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Now the good news is these are the only these are the heavily armored shock troops they sent in. So if we drive them off, then the guys who are still left are mostly wearing light armor, so we can deal with them.
I saw sentinels.
Yeah, they do have a few sentinels, but remember, sentinels are the ultimate defense unit. They're not a very good offense unit.
That's true.
Wait a minute. Nah, we'll have to fight.
Scoot just says, "Oh, catch these paws."
Yeah, SQ just says, "Catch this crossbow bolt." There you go. So now we're gonna see if let's see.
You know who I am.
All right, we're gonna rush the main character over to this position so we can block it, and then Beatrix can come over and nuke this whole unit.
Yeah.
These do not spark joy.
Now here's the problem with Beatrix, Beatrix in general. Just like other mages, she can only attack once. Now there is an item that allows you to attack twice, but it sacrifices like a ton of the ability of your squad members. So you're basically sacrificing your squad to give your leader another chance to attack. So...
Which for her is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
It's like it was made specifically for her.
For her, yeah.
Mm. Come on, Stefan, you can do this.
These rogues are not so dashing. Or catchphrase.
That's right, sir. Catchphrase.
I think by now...
How did you follow me into the past?
I mean, how did any of us get here?
It wasn't hard, sir.
It must be
Farouk, how did we get here?
I just the avatar of Dinar, reincarnated, revived after death. Is just like, I don't know.
It's like, Farouk, you were on the airship. How did we get here?
I don't know, I lost the script like an hour ago.
Yeah, but
I just went to the kitchen to try and get a snack.
Did you guys see that young Barnabas? He looked weirdly hot.
Then why don't you go join his squad?
Because you're hotter.
Take the compliment, Stefan.
You know, that is weirdly touching.
Yay!
Okay, it may just be me also, but I just realized when it comes to the units, what is it? It's weird. The paladins, like this is a paladin. Notice the paladin just wears a tiara and a face covering. The acolytes actually like wear coifs. They actually have metal helmets. I thought it would be opposite, but okay.
I need more help.
I think it's supposed to show. I think it's because since they're a higher order, they have more. It's kind of more like ceremonial if they wear it.
Yeah,
I think the answer is that like, since they're like wearing all cloth, it's probably underneath the cloth.
Possibly.
It could, yeah. It could just. There actually could just be a metal cap underneath the habit.
paladin never surrenders.
And naturally, we're sending Diana down here because no one gets past Diana.
Diana, smash.
Yeah.
Diana's at the Temple of Donar. She's in her element.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a steel chair.
Diana.
And it's Diana with the steel chair. Like,
Diana from the top rope.
I mean, honestly, she'd probably do that. Also, I wanted to let everyone know because I talked to different people in the community, and the community has agreed that at some point we will get a picture of Diana and Amina fist bumping each other because
Hooray.
two paladins.
Two paladins.
I also have to admit, hey Zaruk, is it nice being back at Fort Eureka?
No. Yes, let's bring up the memory of where I was captured and then executed.
Yeah,
You got better.
Yeah, I got better.
Also, yes, the same fort that I also was at, trying to hold off with that.
I should also mention, now that Beatrix is with our group, we have access to the 4th Nephilim power. Originally, we just had take an extra turn, can't touch this, and nothing personal. This is parry this, you filthy casual.
Parry this, you filthy casual.
This is, what do you mean to those whom it concerns?
Yeah, to whom it may concern.
Dinner time.
She's a big fan of Arvin from Fire Emblem.
Yeah. That's not a good thing, though.
That's why I made that joke.
Yeah.
Ye old-fashioned artillery strike.
Yeah, for those who don't know who Arvin is from Fire Emblem, first of all, good. Second of all, let's say there's a reason why he's one of the reasons, well, he and his dad. He and his dad are one of the reasons why Genealogy of the Holy War is probably never going to get a remake. So, actually, you know what? Amina, would you like to tell everyone why those two were such horrible people?
Okay, so it starts sort of in the past where there was like an evil
No. The Cliff Notes version of why Arvin and his dad are Arvin's the dad. Why Arvin and his son are evil.
They have half the DNA of an evil god, so in order to make the vessel for the god, they needed Arvin to like have a kid with someone who also had half the DNA of an evil god, and that person was his half-sister.
Yeah. So.
And at the time, neither of them knew it, and then when he figured it out, after his evil god son was murdering everyone, he went, "Oh no."
Yeah.
I deserve to die.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and his father, because is it Arvin or the other guy who's the father? Which one's the father?
I mean, Arvin's father was an absolute jackass asshole.
Yeah, Arvin's dad in Genealogy of the Holy War was best friends with Sigurd, who's basically one. Oh, or am I thinking of someone else?
Arvin is the guy.
Okay, yeah.
Julius is the son.
Yeah. Arvin was best friends with Sigurd, who's one of the main characters from Genealogy. Arvin literally not only lured Sigurd and his whole army into a trap, and then proceeded to murder all of them, but he also showed, he was like, "Hey, Sigurd, it's Sigurd's soon-to-be wife and his half-sister." He's like, "I'm stealing your soon-to-be wife, and she's gonna be my wife." And then he murdered.
Oh, she's pregnant.
Yeah, and then he murdered the man. So,
holy shit.
Yeah, which is why people make the joke, what's Sigurd's son's name?
No, it's not. Seliph.
Yeah, where Seliph asks the ghost of his dad, "Is that why my life is so messed up?" Yep. Is that why my life is so messed up?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's basically Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones, but it ain't ever gonna get a remake because it's creepy, uncomfortably so.
It does. There's a lot of stuff that it sure does use as part of a story, and like lots of game mechanics that require you to like make kids with certain characters who are related, because one character being half an evil god isn't just to that one character. It's every single playable character has some like DNA of like ancient hero. So like to get the strongest characters to wield the special weapons, their kids need to have more of that special hero DNA.
Yeah.
And to compile the special hero DNA, you need the people who are technically related through that character.
It is extremely fucked up.
I have two responses to this.
They'll notice this one for sure.
My first response is, "Ma'am, this is a Wendy's." My second response is to having this information now in my head.
I never asked for this.
Well,
Battle formation.
yeah, well, it's a Fire Emblem thing, and sadly, the sad thing is that there are some morons out there who are actually saying, I'm not kidding. I've heard people be like, "Oh, it's not that bad. They could alter some of it." No, because if you alter it, like, that's the thing. You don't water down. You're missing the point. Watering it down and making it less creepy does not change the fact that it's still creepy. And you can do, like, speaking from experience here with the Fire Emblem games, you can do scary and disturbing without that kind of disturbing. Want a good example? Shadows of Valentia did it right. Because Shadows of Valentia literally saw a dude sacrifice his wife on an altar to become more powerful, driving him insane, and then literally having the specter of his dead wife that he murdered assist him in battle. And why did he do it? Not because he was evil. Well, okay, he was. But because... I mean, let me put it to you this way. Imagine, if you will, this is how I've told people, imagine, if you will, that you grew up as the son of a very powerful king, and you were trained and basically groomed to be the ultimate warrior and ultimate statesman. You basically, sure, you were a pompous ass, but that's what comes with being nobility. Then, one day, you find out that, oh, shit, you actually have a little brother who's a little brother who was separated from your family a long-ass time ago and has been raised among commoners, so he has no respect or any care for the nobility. And not only that, your brother who was separated from you is kicking your ass up and down the continent. What does that do to a man? What does that do to someone who's basically been told for his entire life that he's basically the best there is, and this is the way things are, only for a family member to come along and be like, nuh-uh, and proceed to beat your ass up and down the continent in front of everyone?
And then on top of that, that brother is actually your father's favorite.
Yeah, that too! That too! And then also your father openly admits to your face that, yeah, if your brother hadn't been separated from us, I probably would have made him king over you, because he's shown time and time again on the battlefield that he knows what it means to be a leader. You have yet to display that to me. So if I die, and, you know, and this war ends, I'm giving him the kingdom because, yeah, no, you're not leadership material. And the entire time, here's the thing, the one thing that would probably keep you sane, if you still were at this point, would probably be your wife. Who, to be fair, in this case, the wife, like, still going with the hypothetical here, your wife is still supporting you, to the point that she says, I do not care if you're royalty or not. We could go live in a field and farm for the rest of our lives. I love you, and that's all that matters to me. Not your wealth, not your nobility, not your titles, it's you. Most sane people would be like, you know what, that's fair. I don't need this. And they'd leave. Not this guy! Not you! And that's... his name's Berkut, by the way. And Berkut is absolutely terrifying, because his brother is Alm, one of the main heroes of Shadows of Valentia. And when Alm meets Berkut, after realizing that Berkut's gone up the deep end, Alm literally tells him, look, I've always wanted a brother. You know, I haven't been around for all of this time. I want there to be peace, because I need a family. Like, I thought I was just an adopted farmhand, but I've actually got a family. Dad's gone, and I can't do this by myself. I need my brother. And Berkut tells him to basically shove it, that he's gonna murder Alm, and he doesn't give a shit about the kingdom. So Alm has to kill him. And to be fair, like, you would think maybe they'd pull the whole, oh, I was blind, thank you for saving me. No, he literally dies screaming that that he'll never forgive Alm. So, and the thing is, the year Shadow...
there is good news. At the end, the soul of his wife that he callously sacrificed for power was like, okay then, I forgive you, let's go to heaven.
Which makes no damn sense, but alright, sure.
Yeah, right.
Because at the end of the day, forgiveness is what matters. Oh my god, why would he go to heaven?
Yeah, why would he get...
Actually, they might just go to hell together.
Hey, if Dracula and his wife ended up there together in the Netflix series, why not? Which, by the way, speaking of change of topic, has anyone seen the Rondo of Blood Netflix thing yet? I haven't seen it yet. Please tell me it's good. Has anyone seen it?
Heard it. Okay, wait. Here's the thing. Like, here's one thing. The only complaint that I've ever heard, he didn't do the line.
What? He doesn't say... Really?
He doesn't do the line. However, how can I help, my lord? He does throw hands.
Oh.
I was going to say,
he's great.
If you're talking about Die Monster, That's 'cause I
Dracula's
don't
not
think-
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we aren't at that story beat yet.
That was the first
Yeah.
half. Alucard just showed up. He looks more canon to the games.
Mhm.
Also, people, because like Annette is there, but like she got changed to be more action oriented. But now people
Yeah.
are having a fit because she was changed. And the main
Time to
change is
even
that
the
she's
odds.
black now. So like all the fans are like throwing a fit. It's just like she's still Annette.
Not
Yeah.
all. Not all.
Annette's,
Not all.
Annette's,
Yeah.
I mean,
Annette
it's
is
also
still there.
it's also like that weird argument I saw someone make where they're like, and it wasn't them being pissy. It was a genuine question. They're like, "Hey, what's up with all the dark-skinned vampires?" To which someone was like, "You do know where Wallachia is, right? You do know that in Middle Ages Europe, there were people of different colors and different descents, right? It's not that weird to imagine that there are, different ethnicity vampires." And to which the person was like, no, it's not a race thing. I'm wondering why we didn't see any, in the last season. And to which
They were there.
they
They were
were
in the background.
They were, but now they play a more prominent role, and I can answer that for you. It's because by the time Richter comes along, if I recall correctly, what year is it in Richter's games? Like,
It's like this.
French Revolution.
is it?
Yeah, it's just.
Is it?
I mean, they got
it
powdered
might be
wigs.
pre-French Revolution, but
Wait.
the setting definitely invokes the French Revolution from the trailers alone.
Wait. Rondo of Blood takes place in 1792.
Okay, so yeah, by this point, yes, there would have been far more prominent people of color and all that kind of stuff in like Central Europe and everything. People forget, like, I've had to tell people this, like, people have wondered, like, you guys know that game Kingdom Come Deliverance, which is about the,
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people were asking when that game came out, they're like, hey, where are the people of color? To which I've had to tell people, they're not here yet. They don't show up until the Moors show up. That won't be for another, 200 years. I'm like, you can't just break history like that. But in the case of Rondo of Blood and the first Castlevania Netflix series, it's the Middle Ages. And then later, the Revolutionary era. Yeah, there are going to be very prominent people of color. So, yeah, it's actually cool to see them be like, oh, wait, there are actually going to be some very important people here. Oh, and one more thing. Isaac. In case people forgot about Isaac.
There's a
like,
very important character in season 1.
One of the biggest badasses of season 1.
Yeah.
No, but I will. That's like the coolest thing that they did with Richter is that not only did they give him the throw hands Trevor Belmont thing, they did it with Richter with Richter's level of magic.
Good.
So it's like, so imagine just like the whole ballroom brawl, but now his hands are holy.
Mm-hmm. You must be the Belmont.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that kind of disappoints me, and maybe they'll bring it up, but the fact that
It must be
we
done.
ended and we know we're not following the games with this series. Like they
It's loose.
it's loosely based on the games, because in the games, Hector and Isaac have an entire game dedicated to them fighting it out.
Yeah.
We also didn't get
relationship
yeah,
is
we also didn't get to see Isaac's girlfriend, Rosalie. We didn't get to see her. We didn't get to see any of that, which is okay. But considering this is Rondo of Blood, my main thing is I'm wondering how they're going to handle Maria Renard, because Maria's like,
There?
yeah, I know. How old is she? Because in the game, she's like 12? Or
I believe she's been aged up to for
Match
combat.
Richter.
Oh, well, that's a shame, because it was kind of funny to see the 12-year-old girl beating the shit out of Dracula's forces.
Well, they made her a little older just to not make it
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Because let's be honest, that was like one of the weirdest parts.
Yeah.
They'll notice this one. for
But-
sure.
That is still a lot of units.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and a lot of heavy-hitting units. So,
And we're not even done. This is
No.
literally a giant slugfest.
yeah, we're not done yet.
Next chapter.
It also made me realize something, that being like, if that's only part one of the season, like, who are you going to make the antagonist? Because Dracula is basically quote-unquote retired. Like, he's literally off with his wife. So, she's probably dead now. But regardless, Dracula swore...
Well, I mean, he didn't take her death well the first time, so...
Yeah, but that's because that was out of his control. Like,
well, I mean, her dying of old age is also out of his control.
that's also true.
Yeah, but she's at peace if she does that.
Yeah. So...
She isn't burned alive at a stake.
Yeah.
Look, okay, one, we'll figure that out. Two, I'm kind of curious if they're going to more or less talk more about the descent of the Belmont. Because, as we all know, the line ends, like, the line of Belmont kind of falls with Richter.
Mm-hmm. Which there was actually some outcry of people saying, why aren't we talking about Simon? And I was like, okay, except the reason they're going with Richter is because he's the catalyst for where everything goes wrong. That's probably why they're going with Richter. And not to mention, like, Simon's cool, but at the end of the day, Simon's pretty basic. Like, Simon...
He did the adventure like, he was supposed to, and that was it.
Yeah. And Richter's the one who inadvertently leads to the downfall of his family. Again, inadvertently. But... But here's the thing, because they're going with Richter, this means that, not only do we set up maybe a Symphony of the Night season, which would be amazing, but it also means that we're going to get to see some of the lesser known parts of the Castlevania timeline. Hell,
It's also...
well, I was going to say, hell, I would not be, will it happen? Probably not. But it would be cool to possibly see a situation where we get to see Julius Belmont. Because we don't see anything involving him. Everything about Julius Belmont is told to us. We never played it or saw it. So,
I absolutely want to see Julius Beaumont animated.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tell his story in some way or another.
Sexy grandpa. Well, no, that's what people call him. Because he's supposed to be in his 50s or 60s.
That's true. Also... one other thing to also mention is that the reason why they did start with Trevor instead of Simon in the first one is because this has the most connection to later series.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really big catalyst compared to Simon's journey, which is a very simple. Again, there's nothing wrong with Simon being the most basic of all Belmonts, but at the same time, you can't really write.
It's a basic adventure.
Did Simon have any partners or anything?
No, Simon did it by himself.
And I think that's the other big thing is...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people to interact with.
Now,
the teamwork shined.
Yeah, and it's also, that same reason is also probably why they didn't start with Leon Belmont, even though he's the first Belmont, and he's,
I want to see Leon Belmont in action at some point, be it in a flashback or
They
something.
probably, I wouldn't, if it were my call, after this series ends, I would do a Castlevania Netflix anthology where we basically get 1 or 2 episodes dedicated to members of the Belmont lineage. So we get to see 2 episodes about Leon. We get to see 2 episodes about, about Simon. Maybe 2 episodes about Juste Belmont. The lesser known Simon and Leon are not lesser known, but you know what I mean. We're basically filling the gaps here.
I mean, it'd be cool to see the animated version of Vampire Killer being made.
Yeah.
I am honestly wondering if they'll even go so far to the very end of the series and see
With Soma?
But then
I doubt it.
But the thing is, I
doubt it.
That whole situation has to happen after thousands of years of Dracula just doing his Draculaing, but he's not doing that anymore at this point. So it's how would we even get it to a point where he dies, gets reincarnated, gets redemption, and then just lives on as a normal white-haired teenager with a Spanish last name in Japan?
Well, I can actually. Well, you know how you do that? I can tell you how they. Well, I can tell you how they do that. It's because in the Castlevania Grimoires game, which is that weird mobile game that Konami made, which actually apparently it's basically just like the Mega Man X dive game with how it looks and plays. Unfortunately, Konami said that it's canon. And according to that game, in the second one of Soma's games, what is it? Dawn of Sorrow, or is it Aria of Sorrow?
One of them.
Dawn
Yeah.
is the second game.
Yeah, they confirmed that in Dawn of Sorrow, Soma just gives into his darkness and becomes Dracula. Which I was like,
God.
and I was like, are you shitting me? We went through that entire first game with him saying, I'm not Dracula. I literally fought and killed Chaos to avoid being Dracula, only for him to say, yeah, it doesn't matter, he becomes Dracula anyway. So, which is stupid. That's incredibly stupid.
I do wonder if they ever gonna show Simon Belmont. You think they're gonna go with the? Are we gonna go with the Barbarian Simon?
Probably.
Are we gonna go with Barbarian Simon?
With the Conan the Barbarian Simon Belmont, yeah.
Yeah, or a more sensible looking Simon, or one that's more
sensible. The only versions of Simon that we've got are like the Conan the Barbarian one or the red-haired anime one. Take your pick.
The one that was drawn by the artist that did Death Note. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that one. That was from Judgment. That was from Castlevania Judgment. Yeah.
Oh my God, they gave him spiked short.
Yeah.
Like, they gave him spiked biker shorts.
No, they gave those were jorts. Those were like jean shorts.
No,
Even worse.
Like, they were jorts, and they put so many spikes on him for some reason. Like, where the hell did they come from?
Like, I mean, again, why did you ask the Death Note author or artist to draw Castlevania characters?
You know what? Because
it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, it seemed like a good idea at the time.
It actually happens a lot in the manga and video game industry.
Oh, yeah.
They'll cross over a whole bunch.
I mean, look at Akira Toriyama and Dragon Quest. And Chrono Trigger. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, so I remember that before Death Note, he actually made a very lighthearted one called Hikaru no Go, which is about the game.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I know. I watched.
Yeah.
That was actually one of my no kidding. That was one of the very first anime I ever watched.
Yeah, it is very lighthearted. It's like, this is the guy that made Death Note.
It's all well. Don't forget didn't the same guy who made Death Note also do Attack on Titan?
Yes.
So yeah, apparently the man has some darkness. I think he needs to address. But then again,
he has some questionable ideas about Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But then again, I'm also not going to point fingers at the mangaka and everything at mangakas because, well, then we have the Beastars author who literally went to her wedding with that chicken mask on. So
He's shy.
yeah, well, I know that, but so's Yoko Taro. Like,
I mean, to be fair to her, her dad writes Baki.
that is also true.
Also, she didn't
Imagine
even know what a
your
furry
father-
was when she made Beastars.
Yeah.
She
did not
just
know it.
sees herself as a chicken.
No, it's like, no, she did not know exactly what the term furry was or anything about it when she was making Beastars.
Oops.
Oh no.
Oops.
Oh no.
Now she knows.
She only found out about it like after it started gaining popularity and people were asking about it. So you can just
Oops.
imagine her just like standing there, like saying like, "What? What's a furry?"
I mean,
Oh god.
yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's not the weirdest thing I've heard when it comes to mangaka. I mean, don't forget, the author of Amina, tell them all the cool things about the author of Sailor Moon, like how she has, 3 doctorates?
Yes, she does.
3 doctorates. She's
Multiple sciences.
in multiple sciences. She's married to the Hunter x Hunter mangaka.
She is fabulously wealthy. She looks amazing for her age.
Mhm.
Stay strong.
And
And
she's
she's learning how to draw it in her husband's style, so like she can help him.
yeah,
like,
so she can write and possibly finish Hunter x Hunter. Yeah.
if she needs to.
Yeah, if she needs to.
But the funniest thing is that her taste in men is funny, because like, you know how in Sailor Moon
Ready for the
tuxedo mask is kind of useless.
Yeah.
That's shit she's into.
You see, she likes her men being kind of pathetic and kind of
Well,
pathetic
that
and
escalated
kind of
quickly.
unreliable. That way she can pick up the slack
They'll
and take
notice
care of
this
him.
one for sure.
Which,
She
I
wants
mean,
useless men.
well, you picked the Hunter x Hunter authors, so, I mean,
Damn. All right.
He is a trophy husband,
Yeah.
and she is fine with that. She has
Yeah.
multiple degrees. She has all the best stuff. She's wealthy. She's educated.
Yeah,
she
and
has Sailor Moon.
yeah, and the crazy
Not
thing,
like Barbie.
Yeah.
Literally Barbie levels of amazing. Yeah.
And the other crazy thing is that's why, like, despite what people may say, a lot of the science in Sailor Moon is actually legit. Because she's got the doctorate to back it up.
Oh yeah,
multiple characters are based off actual scientific principles in like chemistry.
Hey Sugar, how you doing?
Can we also talk about how Mr. Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, literally married Nami?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He's also Ichiro Oda. Okay, look, I don't think people know how cool Ichiro Oda is. Like, Ichiro Oda is extremely down to earth and is extremely chill. And a best example.
Weird.
Yeah, it is. But the coolest thing about him, I think, is that when they were doing the One Piece Netflix thing, the guy who got picked as Luffy went to Japan to meet with Oda-san, with Oda-sensei, and Ichiro Oda told him point blank, upon seeing him and them talking, he said, "You look just like how I imagined he would look." He goes, "You act exactly like how I want him to act." He goes, "By all extents, you are Monkey D. Luffy to me."
And then he gave him the hat.
Yeah, and then he gave him the hat. So
which he wears.
Yeah, which he does. Yeah. So again, I mean, it's just like when Stan Lee told Robert Downey Jr. that he's exactly what he wanted out of Tony Stark. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is an endorsement where, no arguing. We found him.
Yeah. And
he also is a sailor too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And it should also be noted that Ichiro Oda had a lot of say in how the One Piece Netflix adaptation turned out, which is why it's not shit. Because
that explains a lot.
Yeah, because he had a lot of say in it.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go pick up something.
It's just really weird that, like, he's so educated, he's cool, he's just a swell guy, but like he's still never mind. It don't matter.
What?
It's
he's like, he don't care. He's just very laid back about it all.
No, I mean like the Rurouni Kenshin author.
Oh, yeah.
And how he was there at the party welcoming him back with the other mangaka who were there, and I'm like, why are you there? You know better. You're educated, you're smart. Why were you there?
I think it's just, again, like I told you before, I think that was just, for appearance's sake, because if he wasn't there, people would have gotten pissed. So, because remember, Japanese society kind of expects things of people, so they were probably kind of expecting him to be there. So if he wasn't there, it would have been like, they probably would have started asking questions. So, it's still bad, but I don't know.
It's just weird, because it's just like, you know better.
Yeah.
But enough of that. That's depressing.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been getting back into Digimon lately.
Oh no.
You can blame me for that. And Grinex. Blame him too.
Like a certain series or just in general?
In general.
We're going to try to watch the whole thing at some point eventually.
Yeah,
like,
oh dear lord.
Because like, we started with my favorite one, which was Frontier. Shut up. And now we're watching the 2020 remake of Yes! Finally, someone else who gets it. You get it.
It was basically better Power Rangers for me.
I mean,
you know what? I'm gonna agree with you.
They turned into Digimon.
Yeah, and now we're watching.
But like up for.
Yeah, and now we're watching the now we are watching the original series remake. So
it's interesting.
So I will agree. Frontiers is peak.
Battle formation.
But this is also I'm a big tokusatsu nerd. So Power Rangers Digimon is peak.
Yeah.
It is.
It should also be but that said, Amina and I will also be the first people to say, as much as we love it, Frontiers has a lot of problems.
It has like maybe two major problems, but other than that, I think it's my favorite.
Actually, yeah, like, the two major problems are literally Takuya and Koji. They are the two major problems.
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
Yeah. Look.
It's I get it. they sold more toys. This is for merchandising. I understand. I get it. But like,
But
they didn't have to make the second half of the show all about them and only give them the cool fighting moments because they're the only ones with the forms that can actually win and not get their ass laid out in 1 second and toss them out.
And it's also go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So this is actually a problem in Tokusatsu, actually. Again, this is because, again,
break their resolve.
Everything like certain plot points are determined by toys.
Yeah,
it's merchandising. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the problem is toys.
Like,
If they weren't selling the most toys, maybe everyone could have gotten a new, stronger third final form, and then everyone unites to make Susanoo-Womon, and that would have been better. But they sold more toys, so they get to actually fight.
and there's also the issue of that Amina and I both pointed out is that despite the show having 50 episodes, it seems like they ran out of time because they spent literally half, up to 30 episodes of the series, more than half on the first
Cherubimon?
on Cherubimon, the first 2 arcs basically, and then they're like, oh shit, we got 20 episodes to get ready to fight Satan, so we're gonna have to get ready for that. Except they don't. They literally, what is it? They beat Lucamon in 4 episodes.
Yeah. All the rest of that was just spent watching these 2 other Digimon lackeys do stuff for Lucamon, who's just sitting in the ball.
Yeah, who just watches. It's one, again, if you're I'm with Ferris on this one, probably the plot was dictated by toy sales, but again, maybe you don't need, if you're gonna have, 2 big bads, maybe you should break it up into 25 and 25. But what do I know?
Also don't have your writer be the writer for G-Gun for
A paladin never surrenders.
Yeah, Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. I don't like Mobile Suit Victory.
Yeah,
you could hear that disgust there.
Yeah.
Besides those 2 things, Frontiers is peak. My favorite episode is when he goes back. It's when he goes back to the human world, and he's a little Digimon, and he's watching everything play out, and I love it so much. Flamemon is so adorable. I wish every single character had their own version of Flamemon to undigivolve into, because it's such a good idea.
And it also has one of the best quotes that I've ever heard from a kid show, where he literally says at the end of the episode, he's like, I did go back home. It hasn't changed, but I have. Which, that's pretty bold for a kid's show.
And then on top of that, he didn't just say it. And then he didn't just say it. They had him physically digivolve as the visual metaphor for how he changed.
Yeah.
He literally evolved.
As a character, yeah. Which, again,
I will say,
good storytelling. Yeah.
There's a lot of Common Rider that actually talks about that.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill you with the power of friendship and this gun I found.
Actually, no. There's a really fun thing where, so Common Rider Kuga, it's one of the earliest ones.
Are you about to tell me he actually doesn't pull out a gun?
No, the detective, his best friend, throws him a gun. He throws him a 44 Magnum that he uses to transform into his gun.
Oh.
To shoot down the back. It's like, I'm gonna kill.
He had the power and that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his gun I got.
Weaponize your character development.
Literally.
So there is actually a lot of everything has changed. One of my favorite Kamen Rider seasons, Kamen Rider Guide, which is, let's have Fruit Samurai with all it's basically, actually, you could call it Magical Madoka, but with Power Rangers.
Rudy Samurai? What?
They are all fruit themed.
Oh.
all of the writers are fruit themed. Literally, the main character is an orange samurai, and his rival is a banana knight.
I mean, I know something fans would love for him to do with his banana.
Oh my god.
No, we've already gone there. Like
now.
it's like don't. I already know. Okay, no. The three main characters are Orange Samurai, Banana Knight, Chinese Warrior Great, and Samurai Melon.
Does she have melons?
Time to
Well, it's a
even the
dude.
odds.
And the melon is a the melon turns into a shield.
But does he have melons, like the dude version of melons?
Why is that your question?
Heck.
No, not really.
Then what's the
sorry.
point? What was the point?
It's the theme of the armor.
I mean,
if you're gonna have your character be melon themed, then give them melons of some kind.
I mean, Amina, don't forget, you and I literally watched Ranger, which was about constellations and everything. So
Q Ranger's awesome. I love that one.
Yeah.
It made me cry.
So, I do say it's also Madoka with Power Rangers.
Because everyone dies.
Well, no. The writer is Madoka. The writer is the one for Madoka.
He's
What?
Geno the Butcher?
Yeah,
Geno the
Gen
Butcher
wrote this. Gen
he
wrote,
wrote the
which is what,
Fruities?
yeah, he wrote this thing about fruity samurai warriors.
Wow.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he went on to write about the fruity magical girl, so that checks out.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of guy goes from being like, what'd you call him? Bono the Butcher?
World
His
of
name is
Butcher.
his full name is Genro Abuchi, but like
Bucci the
his
Butcher.
fans call him, but his fans call him Geno the Butcher because everything he writes.
Yeah.
Is very bloody and gore. Okay, here are the things he's famous for. Fate Stay Night,
Madoka.
I just told you,
Yeah.
copywriter guy. It's like, this is a very constant
Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Really?
Thunderbolt Fantasy I love. Yeah,
Yes.
he wrote the whole thing,
Wow.
which is, I will say, the more lighthearted version of what he usually does.
Yeah.
It really is.
But Thunderbolt Okay. Full disclosure here for anyone watching the stream. Go watch Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Do it.
Yes.
Thunderbolt
Yes.
Fantasy is amazing. If you've ever want to see someone do an action epic with fucking puppetry, go watch that. And we're not talking like lame-ass Western puppetry. No. We're talking those articulately made, beautifully crafted Japanese-style, puppets that are capable of like movement, action, and it's an amazing series. And
They're Taiwanese, and they can
Taiwanese.
they can
Sorry.
hold swords and do kung fu and flip in the air and have amazingly immaculate costumes because, like, they're not animated. They're like full physical costumed things.
Yep.
That can be as beautiful and as elaborate as you want while also doing kung fu and having angst.
Yep.
Oh no, Sugar says he has a new AC. for
Yeah.
Thunderbolt.
Don't you worry, Sugar. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Zaruk has a new AC he can play with.
Yes, I
Isn't
do.
that right, Andrea?
Uh-oh.
Isn't that right, Ferris?
Yeah.
It should also be noted, another thing about Thunderbolt Fantasy is that it has wide-reaching appeal, because Thunderbolt Fantasy got a crossover with Fate, where there's literally a scene where and to be fair, to reiterate how big of a deal this was, remember, doing a crossover, is normally beneficial for both sides. But for this crossover, for something that was less than like 10 minutes long, they commissioned a full Taiwanese-style puppet of Saber, of Artoria, from Fate, articulated her, and had her fight the main character from Thunderbolt Fantasy, all for a promo.
Actually, you want to know something also that's pretty fun that they did?
What?
For Sonic Fest, has nothing to do with Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm sorry. They actually did they also did a short in which they have all of the girls from season 1 and 2 of Thunderbolt Fantasy beat up QB.
Good.
I was like, no wait, okay, here's how it goes. First, QB wants to turn them all into magical girls, which is really funny considering. And for some strange reason, all of them are considering it. Then of course we got our two main characters bustling in to which, oh wait, hey, wait a minute, something's up. And of course one of those asks, like, you're using them for, like, you want them for a reason, won't you? And he literally reveals the whole part of Magical Madoka about their alien race. And then we speed through it because that's not important. But what is important is because it's Sonic Fest, all the girls get super powered and destroy QB.
Good. I thought it was Cube.
Cube, yeah.
Cube.
Yeah, no, they literally get super powered, and all of them just destroy Cube.
Also, can we talk about, if you guys want to know how big Thunder... Uh-oh. Oh, look!
Ow.
Oh.
Got hit.
Oh.
Surprise!
My friends, they're here!
That's a lot. The age of Viridia will soon come to an end. Men of Ezrum, go and bring glory to Sayuna in my name. And we shall reduce Stormrook to rubble. These arrogant Midlander pigs must be sent a message. They will fear the utterance of the name Rostam, Duke of Ezrum, ruler of Viridia. I don't know what the fuck kind of accent I was doing. I was trying to do something like,
Eastern.
yeah, and then it shifted into, like, Russian.
I mean, to be fair, it's fine. It works.
It's East-ish.
Yeah,
It's
by
East-ish.
Dinar, Sayunas decided to move. We were told they would remain neutral.
That's a lie.
Where I come from, a man and his word are all he's got. What gives? We've seen the death of honor for some time now, soldier. Truth be told, this should be a surprise to no one. We must now protect both Fort Eureka and Stormrook as well. May these treacherous Sayuna not hold one parcel of Viridian ground. The walls of Stormrook have not fallen in 1,000 years. Today shall be no different. So, apparently, according to the developers, you can actually end this invasion early if you capture Ezrum. But, good luck with that. So, yeah.
How can I
Go
help
on,
my
Zeteni, capture.
I think I'm gonna keep...
Zeteni's-
No, I'm gonna keep Zeteni right here to block the entrance.
Zeteni's waiting by Nicholas going,
Move.
like, yeah, I'm gonna be needed.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna be needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be needed.
Make this too easy.
We can hold this position. I don't think you can. Just consider us here for moral support.
Sure you can, buddy.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
I must stay strong.
Also, we're just gonna have to plug these gaps now because, like, we are running out of people, and they are bringing a lot of firepower up. So, Raskuja's gonna be on double duty right now because I need him to not only knock out the cannons, but we also need to, like, do something to slow them down.
I would just like to say I'm currently enjoying Fort Eureka's mimosas. They are very nice.
Get your ass out here!
I don't even belong in
injured.
this time period anyway. I can have the
And
past
technically,
mimosas.
Zaruk, you do not have authority here. Mr. Antare does, and I don't see him currently.
That's, yeah, he's ridden off, though, so yeah, fair. Also, fun fact, do you guys know, they said when they introduced the field artillery units, there was an actual debate among the creators to basically give the field artillery a canister shot ability, which will allow them to fire in close combat. And they, after it was proposed, they shot it down because they realized if that was the case, it would mean artillery would be the scariest thing to attack. Because for those who don't know what canister shot is basically a giant shotgun round fired from a cannon. It's literally it's literally like a container full of giant metal balls the size of, like, probably something that could fit in the palm of your hand, like a, almost like, let's say half the size of a baseball, maybe a tennis ball sized round. And these things will like, will scythe through people. And they were like, yeah, no, that's a bad idea.
It's like, you know the concept of a buckshot round?
Yeah, it's that, but with a cannon.
Just applied to a cannon. Yeah. Just like, it's bigger. Basically a bigger shotgun.
Yeah. So they were like, yeah, no, we can't do that. That would make artillery too scary to attack. Because, I mean, that's the whole trade-off with artillery. It can't counterattack, and if you close the distance with it, it can't fire. So, now, personally, I would have taken the approach of, okay, well, if they attack from close range, let them use the canister shot, but if they are attacked from close range, they don't get to use it. But that defeats the whole purpose of canister shot, which is to defend yourself. So... Also, by the way, because I don't know if anyone's noticed it, we have new emotes on Twitch. We have 3 new emotes now. So... So yes, we have, let's see, we finally have the hug emote, which everyone wanted for the subathon. We have a wheeze emote for laughing, and we also have the judgmental Amina emote.
Where is it?
You have to check the emotes on the stream.
I see hug and wheeze.
Yeah, here's the Amina one right there.
Why are my lips so red?
Why not?
Blood.
The battle lies before you.
The natural beauty. Natural beauty.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know.
It's definitely not Photoshop.
All right.
Did you
so,
just make Zaruk hyper tank?
Yeah,
you
basically,
just
yes.
Very good.
Because we can't spawn any other characters, so this is all, like... Basically, the main character squad has to hold the gate, basically.
Hooray!
Hey!
Good news is...
Myself and Stefan are getting mimosas.
Yeah, the good news is the Arbalist units can only attack from range, which means... And they can't hit and run, which means they, we won't get attacked that often.
Okay. Which I will say, Juke, come on, we gotta fight.
My fire magic does not work the best right now. Please try again in 20 minutes.
God damn. Dude, you're not even a fire mage.
Answer uncertain. Try again later. You dare? Also, I find it kind of funny that they're all deciding just to... They're all deciding just to rush the main gate.
Yeah, no, that's what they're gonna do.
You have chosen poorly.
That's stupid. Why would you do that? Okay.
You know what? Might as well, right?
I mean, they're dying, but okay. Because the cannons can't attack from close range. They're just hoping these 2 soldiers will... Yeah, that 2 melee soldiers will break the line. Okay.
So this is what it's like to be a Fire Emblem boss.
Yeah, it is what it's like to be a Fire Emblem boss.
Stop using range, you assholes!
Alright, also... That's fine, we'll be the Fire Emblem boss that can actually counterattack.
Oh my god, now we're Arvin!
You know what?
Why do I hear Sephiroth's theme in the background?
Because the meteor hit.
You got nothing. There you go. Also, if they attack from range, don't forget, if they attack from range, your unit actually has a bow, so he can counterattack. So...
Ferris, take him out.
This is like, I chose
Ferris, you need to learn
because-
some trains.
Alright, first things first.
Stay strong,
Jules. Shoot that guy. What, this guy? Yeah, that guy. Shoot that guy.
everyone. Time to end this.
Jules,
you
that's a
put-
postal code that needs to be removed.
Get rid of
Well, I didn't ask for the second volley, but alright.
They saw their work wasn't done and God told them what to do.
Yeah. Okay, what are you doing? Talking to God. Really? Yeah. Is he telling you to kill people? Uh-huh. Then that's not God, that's Satan. Hi, Satan. Hi, boys. I love that. I love that TikTok.
It's the will of Donar.
With us.
I'm right here.
I-
The fuck it ain't!
Yeah. It is the will of Dinar that I use ungodly amounts of firepower. No, it ain't. Yeah, behind him. No, it ain't. Or as Amina and I love this bit. I am a shadow, the true self. Nuh-uh. The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Oh no, they're using a flank maneuver.
Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this one. It's Darth Vader and Luke. I am your father. Nuh-uh. The you mean nuh-uh.
Of course they're gonna do.
Yeah, they're just
guess
gonna
we
pick
got-
us off from range.
At least Zetani's immune to that.
No, he's not.
Okay, yeah, no. Oh,
They've got mages. Because
Tenny,
oh no,
no.
Zetani's down!
yeah, so the problem with Sentinels like Zeteni is that they are just like in Fire Emblem, heavily armored units are very vulnerable to magic. So Zeteni is vulnerable to magic. You know who isn't vulnerable to magic? Diana. Well, no, she's got arcane armor, which means she's resistant to magic.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're moving.
Yeah, they're moving through the gap they made, so... Ow.
Hi, guys.
Okay, you know what? We're just... Yeah, sure. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as we don't kill those guys, we don't take a lot of damage, so we're just gonna stay there.
How
Meanwhile,
many turns do we have left?
it's turn 14. We need to hold out a little bit longer. But don't worry, I've got a plan.
6 more turns.
So,
Repent
Hold on.
before the righteous.
Jules,
Can I help, my lord?
make him go away. Thank you, Jules. Good man, that Jules.
That's like
He learned from the
one
best.
gunner says, and an extra.
Where am I?
An
Yeah,
extra for
you can
what?
have a little extra as a treat. Anyway,
One war crime, because we've been good.
there. Now they all have to attack Diana. And
A paladin
she can
never
stand her.
surrenders.
Now, granted, this is Diana version 1, which means she still has a few weaknesses. Don't worry, they will be gone by the time she gets her new weapon. But, yeah. Regardless, we can't lose Captain Antares. If he dies, it's game over, so we need to pull back a bit. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to block the staircase, because if they all attack Diana, if they get to the staircase, they can kill Jules. As long as Jules is there, he can keep picking guys off. So, and again, it's going to
Baby
take them.
Barnabas, throw your life away.
It's going to take them. Yeah, it's going to take them a turn or two to get to where they need to go. So, and now that Diana's used the exemplar ability, everyone over here, maybe even some of these guys, will have to attack her. So, hopefully we can hold them off.
At least for 5 more turns.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And again, it's for experience.
Also, have you ever had mochi donut?
No, I have not. Oh, but I have had. Okay, I gotta tell you this. I mentioned it once, but I have to say this again. This is for anyone in chat. If you ever have the opportunity to go to a Korean barbecue place, go. If someone invites you to a Korean barbecue place, you say yes, and you go. Korean barbecue is amazing. There's a place near where I work that we have gone to celebrate. We've gone there a few times. We went there one time to celebrate us all getting the job, and then we just went recently because one of our guys left for greener pastures, and we all went. So, for those who don't know what a Korean barbecue place is like, you have to cook your own food, but we're talking about high-quality stuff here. We're talking like sliced beef sirloin, talking about, you know, like, about pork, lamb, they even had beef tongue, if you're into that. But the crazy thing about it is that you get as much food as you want, seriously, as much as you want, and it's usually, like, if you go during, like, lunch hours, which, by the way, you probably should, as much as you want, and where we are, you get as much food as you want for $22. And this is high-quality food. So, it's, again, it's an experience more than anything.
We will always find a way.
Anyway, Jules? Actually, wait. We need to stop these guys from breaking through this position, so... Hang on.
Stay strong, everyone.
Y'all still hear me?
I still hear you.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
just
We need to stop
focusing,
these
'cause
guys.
Exemplar's a lot stronger than we realized.
It is, but unfortunately, now that it's worn off, they don't have to keep attacking. They can break off if they want to.
It wasn't even the part that they had to attack Diana. There was just the taunt effect of pulling them towards her.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Time to end this.
Okay. Like I said, we need to stop these guys from getting through. If they get through the southern gate, we will not be able to stop them. Because there'll just be too many of them. But if we can stop, if we can, you know, keep holding them back, and get them to focus on where Diana is, then good. Because Diana will not break. Now, there is a problem. Diana's morale is still faltering because she keeps getting hit. But as long as we can, as long as we can hold them off, it'll be alright. So, what I'm going to do is you put up a magic barrier and then drop rocks on their head.
Rocks fall.
Everyone dies.
Kind of wish they did, though.
Well, that'd be a little too easy, don't you think?
Repent before the righteous.
Also, we're not... Also, here's a Fire Emblem and Advance Wars tactic. Sometimes the best option is not to attack. Because if you attack and kill the enemy, it just means they can put more people in here. So...
Yeah.
Where am I needed?
But in this
Sometimes
case...
you gotta hold...
Sometimes you just gotta hold out.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
What if we just send Barnabas even further north?
Why?
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 Well, we've seen how aggressive they are.
Yeah?
What if we try to use Barnabas as just blood bait?
Because if they kill him, we want them to focus, like, if we break off with him and then they go after him and they will kill him, then then their AI will reprogram them to just charge through the northern entrance. As long as they're focused on Diana, we can actually keep them there, which is what I want to do. Meanwhile, these guys have basically realized that they're not going to take Fort Eureka, not with the main character squad here. So,
Hooray!
yeah. So that fight up there is basically done, but the fight down here is going to last a lot longer.
It's just 5 turns, you know.
Yeah. Yep,
Action
it's worn
economies
off,
and
so now they're
scrambles.
going north. Which is why I pulled Antares' unit back to basically shield Stormrook's choke point. Ow. No. So yeah, they're now gonna try to outflank us.
You know what? I also thought it interesting is you could put Narima in a samurai squad.
Yeah.
She'll do good.
Yeah. Because they all have close range units and bows, so yeah.
Yeah. It's like it would actually be a very effective hybrid hybrid unit.
Yeah.
Another left field strategy is popping into my head.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
We have
I'm dead.
Stefan's teleport, and capturing the city will end the invasion, right?
Possibly. I believe it does. Oh, look, Exemplar's back up. That works. To my knowledge, yes, it will. But the problem is now, if we do that, just because we capture it, if it doesn't work, then we might be in trouble. However, I see your plan, so we're going to give it a shot. Barnabas is the fastest moving unit we got. So
it doesn't matter whether it's a good plan, but it's a funny plan. That's the important thing.
Also, we can now do this. So that'll get their attention again.
How can I help, my lord?
Jules, fuck those guys up.
Like him, Jules.
Inferior range
That
units.
walk-in.
Yeah. There we go.
A paladin never surrenders.
I mean,
So-
if we get rid of all their range units, all they can do is just go.
Now I'm wondering if they'll react to Barnabas charging toward their capital. Oh no, they're just gonna loop around and attack Diana.
Yeah, that works.
I mean, yeah, that works. The problem is now this position is now untenable because they can just swoop in and box us in. Also, because we're using Barnabas to take the capital, Jules now no longer has anyone blocking the stairs, so they can easily get up there and kill Jules' unit. So
we are risking a lot for this maneuver.
I see. Interesting maneuver.
Yeah.
Strategy's just a book at the end of the day.
I mean, I'm dead.
They can't predict and outthink your moves if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like you just see me sitting at the bar. You see me sitting at the bar. And just,
I saved a drink for you,
We will
friendo.
always find a way.
All right, Jules. At least
I just want to stab people more.
stop these guys.
Jules, do the thing.
There you go.
And Jules does the thing.
Okay, now we got to pull Diana back.
Repent
Yeah,
before the righteous.
back to the.
Yeah, at least back toward the position. Yeah.
It does mean that she's a little more vulnerable because she's not a court anymore.
They got to charge up. Kill him.
The fools don't have instacast.
Oh no. That's too bad.
For them. Now let's see if this works.
Okay, well, we are here comes the gamble.
Oh, that just ends the level. Okay, war's over, I guess.
We could have just done that.
No, not until probably not till their army spawned. Yeah, sure.
I would just like to say,
Treacherous swine! Your army is annihilated. Surrender yourself, and Viridia's forces will leave Sayuna in peace.
This is actually it's a little bit more surprising that we're probably getting because of this scene.
1,000 generations of curses upon you, Viridian scum! Mark my words, there will be a day where you bend the knee to us.
I would just like to interject that currently the capital is surrounded by most of the Sayuna unit. No? Okay. Sorry, sir.
Final warning, Duke Rostam. Surrender and return to your capital, or I will put you down myself. You have indeed taken much from me. But at what cost?
Da, 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 da.
Ugh! And now you see why why General Antares wears an eye patch.
Yeah.
Right then.
Die a coward, then! And, yeah.
I'll make captain for this.
He already was! I'll make captain for this! Sir, you already are.
Oh.
No, it should be I'll make general for this, because he ends up becoming general.
That's true.
Anyway, real quick, let's check some of our units. Let's see. Let's go with a oh wait, we can give you a skill for that. Hang on.
There's a skill for that.
There you go.
A faster dragon. No.
see.
General, the dragons are molting again.
Alright, so I always make, there are a lot of people who make Lysander's unit all gunners. I personally believe in making the front row sentinels, because they need someone to protect, the gunners need someone to protect them. So, yeah.
I just thought of something funny.
But
The gunners are just using the sentinels like headpiece
as an aiming stake? Yeah, why not?
Just rest the gun on the sentinel.
Just rest.
Just hold still for a minute.
Yeah.
They're just using it as a thing to hold the gun.
Yeah, hold this for me.
It's convenient,
Yeah, hold this for me. Hold what? Oh. Let's see,
Yes, the horns, they're like crosshairs.
They just climb on their shoulders and aim. It's just like, what are you doing? I'm aiming.
Using you as a footstool. Let's see.
Why? Because it gives me a better angle. Shut up.
I have range up here. Got better, and I can see farther. I can hit
and
better.
Unlike Zeteni, you don't roll away when we try it.
Oh god. Zeteni he rolls around on his Heelys with a gunner clinging on for dear life on his shoulders.
Oh god.
This is called moving target practice. Take a shot while we're rolling around.
Ah!
Let's see.
Poor gunner's like, alright, I'm gonna be sick.
I trained 30 hours for this.
Alright, so most of Jules' unit are basically, like, ready to become units of merit. Well, actually, they all are, but we don't have enough units of merit to go around. So there's that. So, now, we can actually do a mission. Now, here's the thing. Real quick, the other legends we'll do later, but, like, the next one is about Raskuja, and we also have stuff about Jaromir, we have one about Beatrix, and then we have a, we actually have, you guys remember the assassin? Yeah, okay, fine. There. Do you guys remember the assassin? Yeah, do you guys remember the assassin Kabut, the assassin dude who, like, murdered Duke Terranor and basically stopped any chance of there being, peace? Yeah, we can actually find out about him as well.
Oh, what happened to him afterwards?
No, how he became the assassin. So, though, I'm going to be honest, I played that one in my spare time because I wanted to see what it was like. It really didn't need to be made. It didn't. It literally, I was just like, okay, I don't care. Like, he's not very interesting. Also, that's a Cthulhu statue. Jade figurine, that's Cthulhu.
Oh no.
It's a sexy Cthulhu statue.
I want it.
I got it.
Yay!
It's like, it's a sexy Cthulhu statue. Why is it sexy? Who knows?
Alright,
There's a game for that.
Alright, so we now get as Jules said the last time we played this, we have now unlocked some guided missions, and we can also continue the main story. These guided missions you don't have to do them, but it's a good idea to do them because they give you access to either character progression or they give you access to units, or hell, they even give access to class changes. So for example, let's see. There's, so trying to think. I believe so let's see. Unrelenting Ambition is about Sybil. Dragon's Haven is for Abigail. No Mercy for the Merciful. I don't remember what happens here. Clockwork Cities, where we can get access to Pyrosite. And then Ishtar's Lament. I can't shake this feeling. It's familiar but unsettling.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah. So let's do
Swad.
Yeah, let's do this one first. The Ishtar's Lament one.
Oh wait, let me
Isn't this one a nightmare?
Ah.
Oh gosh,
What's going on? Diana? Lysander? Steph? Ah! Who's there?
I don't actually have.
Wait. Couldn't be.
It lies in the depths of great, and you must take it. Fuck, I don't have the voice mod.
Oh, it's okay, because it's supposed to be a secret to who it is.
Yeah. Your army will follow you. Hurry, Zaruk.
Hey
So,
guys,
yeah.
guess what?
Yep, I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yes, Ishtar's
good.
Ishtar's Lament. This mission will give us access to one of the Nephilim weapons. Unfortunately, there's a lot of dudes between us and there. So
We got a bunch of cultists and assassins.
mm-hmm.
And it's a night.
Yeah.
So how do you like getting ambushed?
I don't like it at all, actually.
Oh, do I have a deal for you then?
Too bad.
Too bad. You're dealing with it.
Like, too bad, knife to the ribcage.
Too bad. Waluigi time.
Too bad, Waluigi time! Wow!
Ah!
Wow! See, here we go. Actually, I hate to say it, but due to the bad terrain, we probably can't bring Zeteni with us, because the terrain will slow him down.
No.
This is the worst
Water,
thing I've ever heard.
Water is the one weakness of the Heelys.
Yeah. The Heelys transform into water skis.
Oh no. They just transform into hovercraft.
Where do you keep getting these weird things? I have no idea, but they're useful.
Zaruk and his party come to respond to this call. The other the enemies on the map.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I have more of a lukewarm feeling about this. I have no feeling.
Well, maybe if you stopped standing in the cold water so long, you'd regain feeling in your feet.
Well, no, well, yeah, but what I'm referencing is, so, I'm about to make myself feel really old. Back when I was in middle school and high school, this was during the golden age of machinima stuff, and someone actually made a series called A Clone Apart, which was a Battlefront 2 machinima about a Clone Wars clone soldier who gets teleported into the future to the age of the Galactic Empire. And literally one of the conversations he has is where one of his buddies who survived the war and became a stormtrooper goes, I have a bad feeling about this. And the clone trooper says, I have more of a lukewarm feeling about this. And the dark trooper says, I have no feeling. Because he's a robot. And it even has a really funny joke. Danson, I would like you to meet Griff. Nice to meet you, Danson. Wait, he's a droid. Yes, I am aware of the irony of fighting against an army of droids, only now to be replaced by droids that look like us. Well said. I'm called the Dark Trooper. I think it is because of my menacing appearance. Well, you do look kind of menacing, except for the nipples, because the Dark Trooper armor does have weird nipples on it.
Why?
I'm glad that when they were introduced in the live action, they didn't add the nipples.
Yeah, but the thing is, those are not okay. But the thing is, in the live action stuff, like for Mandalorian, those are not really Dark Troopers. I mean, they kind of are. Like, okay, time for Zaruk to get his nerd on. So the Dark Troopers are from the expanded universe stuff from before the Dark Times, before the era of the mouse. And the Dark Trooper project was broken up into 3 parts. Dark Trooper Mark 1. So first of all, they were all droids. All of them. Dark Trooper Model 1, Mark 1, 2, and 3 were all droids. They never had any humans in them. So Mark 1 only had a sword and shield and was used for riot control. Don't ask me how using a sword is considered riot control, but whatever. Mark 2s were given blaster rifles and improved armor. And then Dark Trooper Mark 3s were like 8 feet tall and carried freaking Gatling lasers. And the Dark Troopers from the Battlefront games are prototypes. They're like Mark 0. So, yeah.
I think it's the Mark 2s or Mark 3s then that you deal with in Dark Forces.
Yeah, those are, it's all of them. You fight all of them in Dark Forces.
I believe Dark Forces might have been the first time we actually saw.
That is where they come from, actually. Yes, that is where they come from. Yep. And
because Kyle Katarn was more of a badass than anything the mouse has come up with.
Yeah, which is why I keep thinking, I'm like, you guys killed a universe where there was literally a dude who went from being a bounty hunter, who went from being an Imperial soldier to a smuggler to like a bounty hunter to a freaking Jedi battle master. And yeah, Kyle Katarn was battle master in Luke Skywalker's New Jedi Order. And for those who don't know what a battle master is, to become the battle master of a Jedi Order, you must master all of the lightsaber forms. You have to master them all and be proficient in them all. And why was Kyle Katarn so badass? Because he was literally the most laid back and chill guy you could ever imagine for a Jedi. This is the man who, like, if you sang his praises, he would probably tell you, please don't do that, it makes me uncomfortable. Like, he would just straight up say, don't do that, you're making my skin crawl. Like he says in the games, it's an honor to be your apprentice, Master Katarn. Let's just keep it Kyle. Titles make my skin crawl. So...
The fact that they decided, yeah, we're gonna make the EU non-canon and come up with something crap. And then, of course, they turned around and went, oh crap, our stuff has fallen apart. We need to pull from the expanded universe to fix it.
Get the blue guy! People won't know who he is. Yes, we do know who Thrawn is. That's probably the smartest option you could have picked.
Yeah.
But again, they still won't, like, you know, no Dash Rendar, no Kyle Katarn, no Yuzhong...
Mara Jade.
Yeah, no Mara Jade, no Yuzhong Vong. None of that.
I'm surprised at the lack of Mara Jade, because I thought Hollywood would have jumped at the chance to put Scarlett Johansson on the screen again.
Oh, and of course, let's also not forget the fact that Disney was like, oh... Like, literally went out of their way to say, hey, we got something you Star Wars fans are going to love. How about a Rogue Squadron series? Everyone got all excited. And then they killed it. Saying that literally saying, oh, well, there wasn't enough support for it. You lie. You lie. You lie. There was plenty of support. Your investors just didn't like the idea because they didn't know what the fuck a Rogue Squadron was. But
they also realized that making a Rogue Squadron thing would involve them having to acknowledge that us Star Wars flight sim fans exist for once in a lifetime.
Yeah. But Disney has... But surprise for everyone who doesn't know this, Disney has gone on record saying they hate the Star Wars fan base. They've called the fans... Let's see. Such charming words as animalistic, uncontrollable. Let's see. Unsatisfiable, which that's not true. We can be satisfied, just don't give us shit.
Although I have to say, being called uncontrollable is the best thing you can be.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I will say, they do have a slight point.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a single fandom that hates itself more than the Star Wars fandom.
Have you seen Sonic
fandom?
Homestuck?
Sonic fandom just hates Sega and Ken Penders repeatedly.
Yeah.
Homestuck fandom just opened the DSM's the DSM book.
We just hate.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, you're right, D, but let's remember, for all the crap Disney keeps whining about how, they're like, oh, there's nothing for us to pull on. There is, except you killed all of it. You killed the and here's the thing. They were like, oh, well, all this expanded universe stuff is now called Star Wars Legends. That doesn't mean you can't make stuff with it. Why aren't you? Like,
I will be openly honest with you. I actually don't like how the Mandalorian is presented.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
And I'm a real big Mandalorian fan. I actually have recited the code. I haven't made armor. That's the only thing I haven't done, which I did. But more or less, the one that Jon Favreau has presented, it's nice, but it doesn't actually match with what we're given in the source material that it's made from.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this weird Arthurian kind of thing,
Mhm.
like Arthurian kind of thing. It was like, which was like, okay, that's cool, but there's more to Mandalorian society. There's a big focus on family. There's a big focus on traditions and all this stuff.
Which they would probably, which we would know. I agree with you, and I'm going to add to that by saying people would probably know that and know of it more if they would actually. Because I hate to say this to everybody, but if you were expecting that Knights of the Old Republic remake to happen, too bad. They can't. They basically, it's now in development hell, and it probably won't happen.
And frankly, nothing of value was lost.
Yeah. Look, if you want an understanding of what Mandalorian culture is like, go play Knights of the Old Republic, because one of your party members is a Mandalorian, and then in the sequel, he becomes Mandalore, like the leading dude of Mandalorian culture. Like, that'll give you the best introduction of what Mandalorian culture is like. So...
Yeah, and there's so many books. There are so many books. Like, you don't even know that that clone troopers were in the old stuff. Clone troopers were raised on Mandalorian technique culture.
Yep.
Like a lot of Captain Rex, his whole gear, that's all Mandalorian stuff. The dual pistols is actually a Mandalorian fighting style.
Yep. And also the fact that in the original version of Star Wars, like, remember, there was no chip making the clones evil. They knew what they were doing. So, like, and I think the other thing is, and this is, again, my opinion, like, I like what one guy said, that it's basically the games are the only thing keeping Star Wars afloat right now. Like, Fallen Order and stuff like that. They're the only things keeping Star Wars afloat. Which is a shame that why the KOTOR remake is dead, which I'm like, you guys literally could have done, you would have made millions off of this, but you, I guess, decided no, which...
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know about
do
that
also
one.
feel like, Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni, I think is a cool dude. Because, again, he made the Clone Wars series.
But he's not infallible. Like, look at Star Wars, what's that, Star Wars Resistance, which is god-awful. So...
Actually, I think the only thing that has been good so far out of the live action has been Andor.
Yeah.
Funny enough. And that actually is because it's not dealing with what's usually Star Wars. And that's kind of like, in a weird way, if we actually want to like, give Star Wars, like, in a new direction, we have to actually break away from us leaning on, like, what we currently have at the live action, because we're just relying on, oh hey, do you know this? We're just relying on nostalgia at this point.
Which is why I've been saying, you know, why a Rogue Squadron series would have been amazing. Or, you know, how about
Visions was great.
Yeah, or Visions was great. Again, the fact of the matter is, I like what one guy I follow on YouTube said. He's like, when LucasArts, before the dark times, when LucasArts was allowed to just go nuts, the people at LucasArts were some of the most passionate and creative people you had. They were always willing to try new stuff, and because of that, we got a ton of things to experience and check out in the universe. But now, it's literally just because Disney doesn't want to risk pissing off the investors, or God forbid, be creative. Instead, they just keep, like you said, they recycle nostalgia, thinking that'll work when it's not, and then they just put their hands up like, why isn't this working? Why aren't the fans liking this? Oh, they're the problem. The fans are just unsatisfiable. No, we'll be satisfied, but you're giving us stuff we don't need or want. Like, did we... Yeah, look.
It's kind of funny, though.
Yeah.
Because if the fans are disappointed, then the investors will see that fans don't like this.
Yeah.
So investors kind of like, you do realize you need to work with your fans.
Yeah.
In order to get investors interested in this stuff.
There's a problem with that logic, though, and it's like... You realize who the investors in this case are for stuff like Disney.
Yeah,
old people.
Yeah.
No, not even that.
What are they?
Y'all realize the reason why Finn wasn't on any of the posters for the sequel trilogy?
Oh! Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Those people.
God, I
Yes.
don't. That was still one of the dumbest. Like, there was. Okay, look.
And this is something.
Oh, hold
I'll
on. I
save
do,
that right
I
for
do,
later. You go ahead.
Yeah, I do want to say this. So, first of all, for those who don't know, because I know a lot. Like, first of all, sequel trilogy movies are good, bad, and very bad. But I'm
Good,
not
bad, and clean the shit up. Oh
Yeah,
God.
but I'm not going to put the blame for the third movie in the sequel trilogy on J.J. Abrams. That's not fair. Because J.J. literally stepped away after The Force Awakens. He gave Rian Johnson a ton of stuff to work with. Like, hey, here's all the ideas we had considered. Here's some ideas maybe you can work with. Rian Johnson literally, in front of J.J. Abrams, dumped them all in the trash and said he was going to do his own thing. And then when The Last Jedi was such a dumpster fire and Rian Johnson blamed everyone but himself, Disney grabbed J.J. Abrams, who was like, why are you getting me? I do not know how to salvage this. Like, he actively said, I don't know what to do here. Because none of this is what we envisioned. So, literally, J.J. Abrams was thrown under the bus. And worst of all, speaking of those people who didn't want Finn on the box art for the movie, that was also a stipulation. Like, literally, JJ was hand-tied and basically said, hey, here are some things you can't do. So,
I mean, pity's sake, from a storytelling perspective, it made 1,000 times more sense if Finn had been the Jedi and not Rey. This isn't dissing Rey's character, because Rey doesn't have a character.
no, she doesn't. And here's the thing.
And
That
it's
is
sad
that is
because Daisy Ridley's not a bad actor.
she's not.
She's not.
She's not.
There was
She-
potential, but then it all got pissed away along with everything else's potential.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
And here's the thing. So, here's what I tell people. Was J.J. Abrams the best choice for The Force Awakens? Probably not, but given what he...
Johnson was the worst choice.
Well, but here's the thing. Yeah, but J.J. Abrams loves Star Wars. He does. And he basically set things up. He set the board, as any starting movie in a trilogy does. He set the board. Then Rian Johnson came along and flipped the board over, saying, yeah, fuck all your shit. I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah, it's like J.J. Abrams said, okay, all you need to do is not fuck this up. I'm stepping away. I'll be back later. And he walked back in and the entire building was on fire.
Mm-hmm. And also the fact that, and you don't have to look much farther, that Rian Johnson was a horrible choice in how he treated Mark Hamill. You know,
Oh,
Luke's
God.
fucking Skywalker. By not only making Luke one of the most hateable characters in Episode 8, but also the fact that he made... Remember, Mark Hamill's in his 60s, by the way, and he made Mark Hamill, like, walk to the set in costume, like, for an hour or so to get to set, because, I don't know, like, again, and when Mark Hamill kindly pointed out to Rian Johnson, like, hey, this is not the kind of character Luke would be, Rian Johnson politely told him to sit down and shut up, and also told him and again, don't know if this is true. If it is, fuck Rian Johnson. But apparently he also told him, you don't know the character as well as I do. What?
What?
Yeah, no.
It is shameful when... Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen Season 2 of Mandalorian. It's shameful when the CG recreated young Luke is a better Luke than the one from Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm. Still voiced by Mark Hamill, though.
Yes.
Um,
Which is, frankly,
Good job.
He's a
personal...
fantastic voice actor.
yeah, he
Yes,
is.
frankly, personal opinion here, that's what they should have just done for the sequel trilogy. Just say, screw it. Instead of making their own thing and trying to ham-fist it, just make the Zahn trilogy books except animated movies.
Thank you.
That would
you.
have been epic.
Thank you.
Could have had all of the characters, wouldn't have to worry about the fact that the actors are older. Animated movies can sell well, Hollywood.
Yeah.
See also Pixar.
Mm-hmm. Though Pixar's been in trouble lately, too, so...
Pixar has fallen on poor decision making.
Yeah.
Also, the
I love
Western
this part.
doesn't believe. West people don't believe that cartoons
Yeah.
like can actually be for mature people.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
this
Ferris, you're
is-
far away from your mic.
Oh, sorry. Like Hollywood is full of old. as someone who's Californian, I can just say Hollywood sucks.
Yeah.
Hollywood sucks.
Oh, we've seen with the strikes. We know Hollywood sucks.
I'll be honest. This is the cynical side of my mind speaking. I hope these strikes burn Hollywood to the ground so we can get a better film industry somewhere the fuck else.
Well, considering they've
refused.
Considering
didn't burn.
Yeah, but considering the fact that apparently Hollywood has refused to meet with the actor, like refused to do anything with SAG-AFTRA, like the Actors Guild. Like it's funny. Some guy made a joke about it. Where like a writer is like talking to a Hollywood executive. It's like, we literally fought you guys over the entire goddamn summer over this, costing you billions of dollars, and you want to drag this out even more? Like, to which the executive's like, oh yeah, we're just going to keep this up to you guys are homeless. And he's like, that didn't work for us. It ain't going to work for the actors either. So
we know
the actors are getting support.
Yeah.
We know what they're actually waiting for. It's not for the actors to be homeless. And Amina, this is going to set you off into a blood rage. Hollywood is attempting to play chicken between actors and AI technology. Mark my words.
No, I'm sure of it. That was always going to be the case. That was always the end goal. They want to like catalog actors' faces and voices. That way they can act anytime without ever having to actually ask them permission or to pay them to use their own likenesses and voices to make them act for them, to say whatever they want.
It'd be one thing if there were royalties attached. I mean, if you could attach royalties to that sort of shit, you've got a new cottage industry. It's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Will they attach royalties?
No, of course not.
They want it for free. They want money for free.
And of course, yeah.
On the plus,
also,
on
why
the plus side.
Well, hold on before you get to that. Also, why the fuck does Disney, or like for example, why does Disney need anything for free? They literally they literally print money. They don't need anything for free.
Disney was the capitalist. He's the guy that all capitalist villains are literally modeled after, both face, voice, and policies.
The problem with that is, Disney has a money printer going. The problem is that money printer keeps feeding directly into an incinerator.
Yeah, that's
like they keep going, we're gonna do this thing and lose all of our money and take a bath on it because it was a bad idea and everyone said it was.
Mm-hmm.
So,
although I do have to say, Wish has potential, and I like how it's combining 2D and 3D techniques for animating.
Mm-hmm.
But its vibe is so Nimona.
Yeah.
And its plot seems kind of
rehashed,
uninspired.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ferris.
So, one good thing is that in a law, like by law, none of the stuff that's made by AI is protected by copyright laws because as the Supreme Court has said, this is not done by humans. Thus, copyright, which is what copyright laws are for. Thus, we cannot protect them from copyright. So the corporations can't make a lot of money out of AI. They're hoping to, but
until they add the minimum human content in order to try to
protect
legally bullshit their way around it.
And they'll only have to do that temporarily until they can buy enough politicians to say, yeah, no, you can totally copyright it.
Mm-hmm.
Another
At which
thing,
point all
also,
hell breaks loose.
At this point, I just really want the video game industry to join the strikes.
They
all
will.
Of it, all over
they
the
will.
World, all over the world. Every single company needs to go collectively on strike for video games too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ferris.
So, for those who are like, one, I still believe that there is, like, if they want to do a head-on, I guess we can do that. Cause it's not gonna be pretty, but hey. Two, please continue to support actors by boycotting certain things. Don't go watch stuff.
Yep.
Go pirate. Like, hey, put on the pirate hat. No one's gonna.
Like,
go.
I know people say don't do it, but hey, they're not giving us. They're not making it easy for us.
I will say, however, go support Keanu Reeves because Keanu Reeves is the best human being on the planet.
Him and Ryan Reynolds, yes.
Yeah, like okay, so
support Keanu.
So like the actor, like the actors higher up the big wig actors, don't worry about them. They'll be okay, no matter what, because they will because they got royalties, and royalties pay a lot.
Yeah.
Like I know Dante Bosco, he still gets thousands for stuff that he's done all the way back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Although that being said, I think I'm worried about that because they're really relying a lot on the old actors these days. Why did we need another Indiana Jones?
Because Disney thought it would work. They wanted to introduce Indiana Jones to a new generation, except nobody cared.
Nobody cared because you don't need to introduce him to a new generation. You just put on Raiders of the Lost Ark and you're done.
Not to mention, I'm wondering how they even dragged Harrison Ford into that. He said he would never do another one.
They signed a check. They signed a big check.
Yeah, probably.
Do you know?
Also,
At least he's getting
another
his
thing
bag.
I like to say, and it's kind of a bit jaded also to say this, but one of the reasons why I think it's why their thing isn't going to work is because they've tried to throw things to the side by saying, hey, aliens actually exist, and we're still like, so?
Are the aliens gonna pay our rent?
Yeah, yeah, that.
No, it's like, no, wait, have you seen the Duke Nukem thing? Oh my god.
My friends are counting on me.
Those alien bastards.
Yeah, I love that. Are we talking about from Crystal Skull, or are we just talking in general? The aliens thing came back around.
The alien thing.
Yeah.
It's like I love how that happened conveniently, just as a lot of shit was coming out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a bunch of shit coming out that makes the higher ups and powers that be look really bad. Do we all remember Aliens?
Yeah, and everyone basically said, "Shut up, we don't care."
We
Also,
literally
one
give
guy in
negative
Mexico
press.
was like, I found alien bodies, but the thing is, he's tried that trick before, and it was just like children's bodies, but mummified.
Yeah.
And it was
Also-
that again.
The battle lies before.
Yeah, no, it's like, we get it. They exist, but nothing's gonna stop this fucking issue.
Yeah.
Are the aliens gonna take over our government and be our new overlords?
They can't do much worse.
Yeah.
It's like, they can't do much worse.
That actually
Stop right
reminds
there,
me
criminal
of
scum.
a
Doesn't mean I
Reddit
need to go to
story
work.
Breaks
I
the
read
law
where,
on
like,
my watch. I'm
where
confiscating
like
your
aliens
stolen
do
goods.
take over the
Now
world
pay your
and
fine,
like put
or it's
in
off to
a new
jail.
work thing, but then they make life better for everyone on accident, and then all the corporations like, no, please do it worse, we're
Then
losing
pay with
money,
your
and then
blood.
all the aliens are like, but this is more efficient. They can work more this way by getting more rest and working less hours and working less days in the week, and then all the CEOs are like, no, we're losing money, Wall Street's gonna burn.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm very heavily pro-capitalistic in my economic policy. I want to set fire to Wall Street because it's an undermining of the very idea of it.
Alexander Hamilton looks upon Wall Street, what it is now, and says, "This is not what I wanted." Yeah.
It's like, so I have it on. I also say, like, it's like, you should try listening to some Rage Against the Machine. You'll like it.
Oh, actually, I wanted to
I just
wait.
love the. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. On a lighter note, because I do want to mention this, I've told Amina about this. So when I'm at work, usually, while I'm waiting for stuff to complete or stuff that I have no control over, here's an oxymoron for y'all. Because I work on a military base, I can't get access to YouTube, but apparently I can get access to Reddit. Yeah, wrap your head around that one. But I'll often visit if y'all know what r/humanity fuck yeah is.
Yes.
So, and there's a story in there. Like, I told Amina, I swear on this, because, first of all, the guy's actually turned this story into a book. 2 books, actually. Almost 3. He's working on the 3rd one. So,
Books happen this way. It's really great.
so I told Amina, I'm like, what if I told you there is literally a story that involves, that involves the main character having his own harem, except all the relationships are very well written. Everyone has character and personality. There are actual stakes. There are actually bad decisions have bad outcomes. And it's all written from the guise of an alien race conquering Earth. She didn't believe me.
No, I didn't say never believed you. I said I believe you. There's a lot of stuff like that.
No.
The entire genre of harem is so flexible and has so much potential, but it's hardly ever acted on or written properly.
Like, okay, so to give you guys context, the main character of this story, why is he the main character? Why is he our focus? Oh, because about 2 years after aliens conquered the planet, him being bitter and jaded about everything, he couldn't really be mad because the aliens made life better for everyone, and Earth was basically absorbed into an empire. But feeling bitter, jaded, and drunk off his ass one night, he gets into a bar fight with one of the alien colonial marines and knocks her ass out, which does not look good at all. So, when the planetary, colonial forces arrest him, the interrogator basically tells him, okay, look, here's the deal. You got 2 options here. Either go to prison and rot, because you literally attacked a colonial marine, you knocked her ass out, very impressive, but you're still going to go to prison, or because we signed you up for the colonial marine force. You'll basically be one of the first humans to serve in the Empire's, expanded colonial marine force. You'll basically be, a auxiliary troop. Do that, serve 3 years, and then you can come home or do whatever. But otherwise, it's go to jail. And this guy's like, fine, fuck it, draft me. So literally, he's a auxiliary marine, basically. And so, and there's a lot of the funny thing about it is that all these alien races find humans interesting. And then when they find out, oh, wait, he's the dude who knocked out one of the Marines guarding his planet, that might be a problem. Because if that starts getting out that he did that, people might actually resist, which they do. And it's a very, it's not one of those whole, oh, everything's perfect and wonderful, this Empire's superior. No, you think the game of politics is bad in real life? It's worse in the book. This Empire has politics upon politics upon politics, to the point that there's literally a scene that I remember that I love in the book where this very, minor noble in this empire wants to take the main character as basically, for all lack of a better word, a pet, basically, because she thinks he's interesting. His response is to, when she basically threatens the crew of the ship he's serving on, not only does he, what's the term for getting vacuumed into space? Space yourself, right? That's what the term is. He spaces himself in an exosuit, crashes onto that woman's ship, and proceeds to shoot the place up. And then when he finally confronts her, she's basically listing off all the things he's done, given the whole, I was going to take you basically as an entourage member, but now when I find you, I'm making you a slave because of all this shit you've done. And his response is, you left something out. I also shot you in the leg. You didn't shoot me. And then he literally shoots her in the leg. And so here's the thing. He cripples her and then goes back to his ship, and the captain tells him, okay, first of all, bad fucking idea. First of all, good idea for saving everyone. Bad idea because you doing that is basically political suicide, because even if she is an asshole and she's still a low-ranking noble, there are going to be people in her family who are going to want your head because you did that to her. And he's like, okay, so what do I do? She's like, well, nothing, because I'm transferring you off the ship so we don't get in trouble. So she literally, fires him and kicks him off the ship. And where does he end up? Backwards ass nowhere. Because they literally made sure that political strings were pulled to make sure he'd get put in bumblefuck nowhere. So, again, yeah. But, to be fair, it's also funny because when he literally spaces himself, the captain asks him, where the fuck are you? She's literally threatening us for your sake. Where are you? He goes well, I was on the ship. What do you mean you were on the ship?
It's like, what did you do?
And yeah, she does that. She goes, what did you do and where are you? And he's
Nothing yet.
Then, well, actually, that is his response. He's like, nothing yet. I'm on board the exosuit and I'm currently heading for their ship. And then literally he's like, uh-oh. What do you mean, uh-oh? I missed. So he literally misses the jump, the trajectory. So he has to fire the exosuit's rockets to get him back on course. It's very silly.
Oh,
But
you know, you talking about the story makes me think, because have you ever read the Troy Rising series of sci-fi books?
no, what is that?
Oh my gosh! So,
Oh boy.
it is a similar idea where it's like this is a humanity fuck yeah gone into an actual novel series. Basically, TLDR, first contact of aliens with Earth is a neutral race that puts up a big friggin' interstellar gate near Earth. Second contact is from a race that basically enslaves the planet.
Oh, great.
And you're not allowed to block the gate, or otherwise the rest of the galaxy gets all pissy. So the solution comes when one guy goes full, super capitalist, realizes that apparently maple syrup is like fine bourbon to alien races.
Really?
I swear I am not making this
Go
up.
on.
And uses the proceeds made from selling large amounts of that shit to aliens to basically build a solar-powered space death ray.
Okay. Nice.
He names it Troy, and it has the power of several Death Stars.
Oh, several. Okay.
Yeah, the thing can fire a solar energy beam that cuts through in an armada.
Nice.
I highly suggest it. John and Ringo wrote those, and they are very much... You flip between hard science fiction and what the fuck is this total schlock. In fact, it was inspired by the webcomic Schlock Mercenary.
There's also another story I like on Reddit. Same thing on Humanity Fuck Yeah. It's called Combat Artificer. And it's... Okay, there's a large number. I think it's just because it's a thing. There's a large number of isekai stories on Humanity Fuck Yeah. There's a lot of them. But the funny thing about this one, to me, is that it's literally about a dude who we don't even know why he died. It's never explained. Or even if he did die, he spoke to somebody who brought him to this world. But the thing is, he's a combat artificer, and you learn very quickly that combat engineers or combat artificers are scary because of the things they can do. Because, again, not only can he make his own gear, not only does he use firearms, but he also knows how to blow shit up. Because, again, an artificer can do a lot of things. So, I don't know, there's just something funny to me. I'm like, yeah, no, I mean, if I was in this same situation, I get it. And no, D, it's not an anime. These are stories you can read on Humanity, on r/HFY on Reddit.
Break their resolve.
I also recommend...
sorry.
Go ahead.
I also recommend Humans Are Space Orcs.
Oh, yeah, the Humans Are Space Orcs subreddit, yeah.
Yeah. So, those are actually my favorite ones because you have all these aliens, like, just freaking out about how Earth is basically the most dangerous death world in the universe.
I love this part.
And so every time they look at humans, they're always freaked out about all the shit they do, because of how stupidly weird humans can be,
like
such as
we literally drink poison for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
And we can pack bond with anything, even dangerous, murderous animals.
Or
how he tamed
robots with knives on top.
Yes, robots with knives on top.
Or the fact that we just. Or the fact that we can actually turn our own core because of our engineering. We just turned our own core into a fucking Ford, into a mini fabricator.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just turned our star into a fucking.
There's also a news story that's been out for a while now that I think people should pay attention to called "Going to Magical School in Power Armor," and it's literally So it's literally about a cadet from the United States, like Space Corps, the United Nations Space Corps, named Emma, and she goes to this place, like, the world's called the Nexus, and it's basically a fantasy area, but because mana is actually poisonous to humans, she wears a powered armored suit to interact with people, and literally the book describes it as when she first arrives, everyone blinks because there's this 8-foot-tall armored monster that walks through the portal that has the voice of a young woman, and they're like, it's funny because literally the guy's like, sir, ma'am, whoever the fuck you are, because he doesn't know. He's like, the name says Emma Booker, but who or what? And she's like, oh, this is a protective armored suit. You don't have to worry about that. But what's funny about it is like, there's things like beast kind, bird people, kobolds, because of course there's going to be kobolds. But what's hilarious to me is that there's literally a scene in it where this bitch ass like professor tries to get up in her face because, he's like, oh, humans don't even have magic. Without that suit, you don't have anything. She proceeds to pull her gun on it and jam it right into his chin and basically tell him, yeah, I don't have magic, but we do have this. Would you like a demonstration of what it does? And he's not intimidated. So he's like, I'm not afraid of whatever this thing is. What is it? Some kind of toy? She then turns it and blows the head off of 2 statues because it's literally a rapid-firing 50 caliber pistol. And she's like, that's what it does. Would you like a demonstration? And the elf promptly says that one is not necessary because, and I quote, I would very much like to see tomorrow's dawn. Thank you. So,
the point has been proven.
Yeah, the point has been proven. Have a nice day.
I looked around and found out. Don't worry.
Yeah. It's also funny because there's actually a very funny moment in the thing where she meets the librarian of the place, who's like this magical owl who believes in like, you guys remember from Avatar that owl spirit who would only allow you access to that library if you traded information?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, think that, but he's just a normal-sized owl with a ton of magical power. And when she first meets him, like, no one's ever gotten a library card from him because nothing they've ever presented has been good enough to, like, you get a library card. Her response is, she's like, I can literally teach you how we made radio. And he's like, okay. He's intrigued. So, and she also tells him, because she says, what if I can tell you how the universe came to be? And he doesn't believe her, and then she's like, yeah, you don't know what the Big Bang is? And she explains all of that to him. He gives her a library card, and the thing about the library card is, here's the crazy thing. If you are in the library and someone tries to hurt you and you have a card, the card will defend you. And in this case, it literally disintegrates a motherfucker for trying to hurt her. So literally, someone drew fan art of Emma going, call an ambulance, but not for me. And then she vaporizes a dude. See you, D. Have a good one. There's also,
never surrenders.
I'll see if I can get it after stream. Someone also did a picture of Emma in her armor going, and it literally says subtitles, chuckles, you fool. So it's literally blood for the blood god. Yes. But it's the whole, you fool. It's that. I have 70 alternative accounts. Yeah.
Yeah, I love moments like that in writing. I don't know if I told you this one, but there was one in a book I read once. I love it when just expectations are so blatantly subverted.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little, basically like a little novella that I read recently, and the main character is a thief. I don't know if I've told this story before. But the main character is a thief, like in a medieval sort of, not quite steampunk, but almost there world. And amongst all the stuff he gets into, he ends up being chased by this mercenary swordsman. And the mercenary swordsman's very much like, way of the warrior kind of bullshit. And to get away from him, he actually pins the mercenary to a wall by the shoulder with his dagger and starts running. And the mercenary says, aha, now I have you, because you are a warrior. You are a noble fighter like me. You will come back for your weapon, and at that point, I will have my advantage. What are you going to do now? The thief looks at him and says, I'm not a warrior. I'm a thief, and that's my 4th dagger this month.
Yeah.
And he runs off.
Yeah, and I remember when you said that, I made the joke how in the remake of Modern Warfare, when Soap and Ghost are separated from each other, Soap comes across like a couple of bodies with like a dozen knives between 2 of them, and he's like, LT, are you missing a knife? Several, actually. Just several, actually.
It's like, at that point, he's like, no further questions.
Yeah, no further questions are necessary.
Oh God. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just saw this scroll across my feed.
no.
Oh no.
A sequel to Doug is in the works at Disney Plus.
But why? Also, Doug is a Nickelodeon show.
I don't know. Apparently Disney owns everything now.
Yeah, speaking of owning everything, do you guys...
Wait. Actually, wait. No.
Oh no, Doug is Disney. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Doug's owned by Disney.
But why?
That was like one of the few... It's because, again, they're trying to bank on nostalgia.
They haven't savaged our childhoods for money enough yet.
Yeah. Because they know that... there's people that know what Doug is, especially since a lot of people celebrate.
Yeah.
So...
And they don't have anything better.
Strong.
Yeah.
Simple as that. They don't have anything better they can offer right now.
Yeah.
Is Disney out of ideas? Yes, they are.
Like, there used to be the Idea Factory, but now all ideas are verboten because they don't want to annoy the one market that's throwing them piles of money.
And which
Aren't you a bit desperate to be a monopoly? Yes, I am.
And it also baffles my mind because Amina and I were both looking forward to the Redwall series that was going to be on Netflix, and now it's in development hell again.
Yeah.
Which the whole time I read that, I'm like, are you guys kidding me? How in the world are you having trouble greenlighting this when it is literally fantasy Lord of the Rings with talking animals? How are you, pardon my language, how are you fucking this up? Like, it is...
I can't tell you how they're fucking up.
How?
Because, one, they don't know if investors... Because when's the last time you've ever seen a Redwall animated?
Never! The last time Redwall was animated was back in the 80s.
No, exactly. They don't know how well it's going to handle now. Hence why it's in development. It's because they're not trusting of the market. They don't trust the market.
They're gonna try and modernize it, I'm sure.
Oh God, why?
Although, speaking of Redwall, if I was in Redwall, I'd be a badger.
I mean, that's...
I would be... I would like to say...
And for those who've never read Redwall, please do yourself the favor and go read a Redwall book. Please.
Any of them.
Yeah, any of them. Go read a Redwall book.
I would like to see about that.
I think if Laz was in Redwall, he'd be a hare.
I'm working my way through the Tolkien Lord of the Rings.
All right,
stuff
should I look up Redwall then?
Yes.
Yes. Go read it.
Please.
Pick up any of the books. The entire
so
series
many
can be found on...
words.
It's good. In fact, one time, me and Zaruk for fun came up with the concept of Redwall Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Which
I have it written down in Doxum. At some point, I want to learn how to make use RPG Maker and make that game.
Well, except we can't use the characters because copyright. But yeah.
Well, I mean, not those characters, but I've come up with original characters for that story.
Also, I can just say, fan games are a thing, and B, some fan games turn into their own thing with original characters. See also Freedom Planet.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the write-up I've made is original. It's just flavored as Redwall Fire Emblem.
Back up from the mic a bit, babe.
It's just flavored as Redwall Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And
also,
the thing... Oh, go ahead.
You asked earlier, how do they fuck up something that's like Lord of the Rings with talking animals? Well, they managed to fuck up Lord of the Rings itself, so...
Wait, you mean the movies? I mean, okay.
No, I mean...
Oh,
Rings
yeah,
of
that...
Power.
Yeah.
God, I will never stop being angry about Rings of Power. That was bullshit.
I must be brave.
I think there are a few good things in it, but there's so much bad.
Yeah, there is. There's so much bad.
And it's like, they literally waited until the last of Tolkien's family had passed before they started working on it.
Wait, Christopher Tolkien's dead?
I don't remember.
Christopher's his son. He's still alive, I thought. Like, pretty sure Christopher Tolkien's still alive.
Looking it up. Nope, he died in 2020.
Ah, great. So yeah, so the entire Tolkien bloodline is dead. Great.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not surprised. Don't forget what Nickelodeon did to Steven Hillenburg, the guy who made SpongeBob. His one thing was he said, he goes like, never, ever, ever, do younger versions of these characters or do anything without my approval because I have an idea of what I want these characters to be. The moment he died, literally 4 months later, they announced that they're going to do like a SpongeBob prequel thing, and the backlash was out was amazing because people were like, "You're literally spitting on a dead man's grave who hasn't even been dead for a year."
Yep. That's just what they're doing now. Like, that's the thing that pisses me off. And it's just, it has become the thing where the instant they get the excuse to, they're gonna find some way to run something beloved into the ground. See, also, why did Winnie the Pooh need a horror movie?
Because the copyright protection ran out.
I know that's because that ran out, and I'm sitting here like, this is a really good argument for why maybe we shouldn't always do that. And I hate the fact that that's even an argument.
They heard Winnie the Pooh.
There's a lot of
They went, oh, Disney won't have that anymore. Let's just make it a bloody horror film because, lol, it's Winnie the Pooh.
God, I hate people.
Actually, you know what's something interesting recently in Cyberpunk?
What?
Actually, so they did say, so Cyberpunk, one of the actors, I forget which of the voice actors in it, but it was a language. I think it was for the Polish version, or for Victor Vector. His actor recently died. So, but the problem is Victor makes a reappearance in Phantom Liberty. So now,
from my homeland,
they did end up using AI to recreate the voice. However,
stay strong.
They did. It was the last thing that they did, because first off, they did pay an actor to redo the lines.
Battle lies before me.
They did that first. Second of all, they contacted the family to ask if it was okay for them to do that, because that would be a very disrespectful thing, to just use a dead person's voice. So after they talked with the family, after they showed them the footage, the family did say, like, yeah, you have,
it's all right, yeah.
So this is one of the few times where it's okay.
It's okay.
And
because they got consent.
Yeah,
exactly. They got consent, and they did try looking at the alternative of using another actor. So another actor did get paid to try to do extra work, even if he isn't going to be added.
Yeah.
I mean, there's ways of doing it. I mean, I look at Ghostbusters Afterlife. They got
from my homeland.
That movie was good.
I mean, it was, but you know.
It's too easy.
Go ahead.
I really liked it a lot, but they when they were trying to figure out, because actually this was told, they got Harold Ramis's daughter and everyone else on board right from the start, going, this is what we want to do. And a lot of the folks, like the guys, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd especially, the family, it's like, it's a chance to say goodbye to Harold.
Yeah.
And that was a good way to do it. There's ways to do it right. And I wish Hollywood and these major companies would do it right more often, because it doesn't take that much extra effort.
Yeah. I mean, if you want another good example of how you do it right, like, again, sometimes you, even the act of immortalizing someone is one of the coolest things you can do. Like, good example, in Shadow of War, you guys know the minstrel orc who, like, will show up and sometimes save you in Shadow of War? Like, he's got a guitar and everything. That's a fan. That was a fan who wanted to play Shadow of War but was diagnosed, I think, with cancer. And because he couldn't, he was basically going to be dead before the game came out, they were like, all right, fuck it, we're putting him in the game. And so, again, you can honor people or do good by people by, showing respect to them. And I agree with y'all when it comes to, like, actors and everything. I mean, if you want another good example of how you do it right, this time just with the acting. So, in the DLC for Cyberpunk, it was obvious to a lot of people that Keanu Reeves got a lot more say in how Johnny Silverhands acts, because I don't know where it happens, but the scene where V goes and picks up the phone, Johnny leans on the wall and does, the whole phone gesture with his pinky and his thumb. And, like, they said, they were like, yeah, that was improv. Johnny's just supposed to stand there, but Keanu Reeves leaned on a wall and did the whole, hey, here's how you hold the phone. Because V doesn't know how to hold a phone. So
I know the scene actually.
Yeah.
It's when you're trying to contact somebody, to contact one of the main characters. Actually, yeah, calling Idris on the phone.
yeah. So
And again, it's a little funny because this is literally a millennial trying to tell a Zoomer how to use K1.
Oh gosh, I need to pick Phantom Liberty up sometime.
No.
Oh, go ahead.
Here, also, I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed. It's already past April 2023, and nobody has planted a nuke in Arasaka Tower. Damn it!
I mean, what would the equivalent of that be in the actual world? I assume it'd be...
Putting a nuke in the World Trade Center.
No, it's BlackRook. There's a company named BlackRook whose main
This
headquarters,
is so dumb.
1-for-1, looks like Arasaka Tower. So
that's like
some people were
the
joking.
fact that there's a company named Cyberdyne working on robotics.
Yeah.
This is not. I know how this ends.
Yeah.
I want to see it get there. I got popcorn.
Well,
this is so dumb.
That's kind of because it's like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. We're at the point where cyberpunk is now an alternate reality and not a dark future.
How did we end up in the?
What do you mean alternate reality? We're already there.
No, Amina. As I was about to say,
companies that exist in game don't exist.
I want.
So we're not there yet.
We don't.
Look, I would love to get a cybernetic implant that lets me shoot a gun that shoot a guy in the dick.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Yeah, like Ferris says, like, how do we get if we're gonna live in a corporate dystopian hell, I at least want the corporate dystopian hell where I can have a minigun for an arm.
Yeah.
I'd rather not corporations have access to just turning off my organs anytime they feel like it.
Also, can we also on another note, I want to mention this. At some point when it's a little bit smoothed out, we will play the RoboCop game demo because I actually want to play that game so damn bad.
I hope they do it right.
They will. Good. They like people are even though the game's got some is a bit chunky right now. People have been saying like it's just like the movie. Like, people are getting ragdolled everywhere. You get to fire the Auto 9 into people. Like, yeah, it's just like the movies. So, thank you. And also, remember, they got Peter Weller back to do the voice of RoboCop. So, we don't have to fake it.
That's great. Yeah.
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
Yeah, dead or alive, you're coming with me. Your move, creep. There it is, Balmung. The Dark Knight's blade. The weapon of Ishtar to inspire terror in the wicked. That's a big-ass sword.
Yeah, can't you believe the Dark Knight actually carried it?
Yeah.
Heed its call. Learn its lesson.
Sorry, I'm going to skip that because and yes, this gives you the terror power. Unfortunately, it got severely nerfed. Originally, the terror power would cripple enemies' morale and drop it by 2 or 3 stages. Now, you could because you could drop someone who had really good morale to shaken morale. Not anymore. It's been neutered. So now it'll only drop them by 1 level. So unless they're in bad shape, which I don't really like that. But whatever.
Doesn't that defeat the point of the thing?
Yeah, kinda, sorta, yeah.
Only response to that is this.
Yeah, basically.
At least it doesn't cost a resource.
Yeah, that's true.
I suppose. Yeah, it's just an equip. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Ron. Hey, Billy. That hurt. Yeah. So, let's see. We'll go ahead and continue this. Let's see. No mercy for the mercy. Yeah, we'll continue the main story for now. Because I think... Actually, I'm going to go use the restroom real quick. Could one of you please check while I'm gone? How do we unlock... I'm pretty sure we get Stefan's weapon from the story. Could someone check where we get Diana's weapon? I'll be right back.
Okay, let me go.
The story, let me...
So, if you were in Redwall, what kind of animal would you be?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a fox.
Cyberfox.
Yeah.
What about everyone else?
I know nothing of the universe, so I don't feel I have the equipment to make a comment.
Just over a brief purview,
Would possum be too large an animal?
I mean, we have foxes.
Listen, because
We also have badgers, and badgers are
anything pokes
like
me,
large dogs.
I die. Anything pokes me, I go. Ah!
Do you also scream at own ass?
It's scary.
I think possum fits. It's either possum or hare.
Where are we?
That's just my opinion.
What part are we again in? What part is this? Chapter
Liberating
21.
Sandorca.
Okay. Chapter 21.
Okay, I'm
What
back.
about you, audience? If you were in Redwall, what kind of animal would you be?
Mouse.
Nope, that's not it.
Anyway, I'm back.
I'm looking at the.
It's cool. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm looking through the missions. I think it's 21.
It is 21.
21.
We already know what animal
Sorry,
I would be.
I'm telling it's main story because No Mercy for the Merciful is a unit.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I think it's chapter
Yeah,
22.
we are almost there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we will continue the story for now.
After this.
Yeah.
After this mission.
Yep. All right. Liberating Sandraka. We've got the Empire on the defensive. It seems like they're pulling out their elite forces. Local army seems pretty weak. Our biggest enemy here might be the weather. This region is notorious for flash storms coming in from the seas to the west. Laz.
Oh, Tide Reavers, wonderful. Give me a moment to reload the stream.
Sure.
I need to reload too, just so like I'm caught up.
Yeah.
Those blokes just don't know when to quit. We best worry about them, friend. Last thing we want is them nipping at our heels. If memory serves me right, that there's the main hideout. You can make good on a promise.
Their main hideout. We'll have to send a detachment to the fort. Destroy them all. The main group will push east to the port city of Crestmore. Alright. So yeah, we have to send one group east and then send another one to wipe out the Tide Reavers. And given the fact that Stefan has such a hatred for them, I'm sending Diana and Stefan as the leaders of the group going west. So, congratulations, Stefan, you've been promoted.
Fuck.
Congratulations, sir!
Can I offer this dunce as tribute?
Boss, you know we can't do that.
I know.
Can I offer you this egg in this?
Yeah, can
trying
I
time?
offer you this egg in this trying time?
Boss, you can't do that. Wyatt is morale for the team, for this morale for the squad.
Hey, Wyatt, the Tide Reavers said they needed you for something. Go walk into their base.
I don't like the Tide Reavers.
No.
Yeah, but they requested you specifically. It'd be rude not to.
Exactly. I shouldn't go. I should be rude to them because you don't like them.
Where am I?
Oh no.
You got a point.
Diana, please just kill Wyatt. Nobody will know.
I can't kill Wyatt.
They'll
He is
lose
extremely
this one for
competent
sure.
and he is innocent.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
He also,
Green units are not innocent.
is Wyatt the one with the big guns? I can't keep
No,
track.
Wyatt's the one with the war bow behind Stefan.
Getting real thirsty here.
This guy.
Oh, gotcha.
School
Oh, that's
is in
Bartholomew.
session.
Wait, well, which one's
Oh,
Stefan?
sorry. Did you need
Wyatt's
some-
one
I'm
of the rogues.
Stefan.
No, well, which one? Wait, why? Is he? Oh, yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
How many?
That's me.
How many assholes we got in this army anyhow?
I knew it. I knew it. Dinar, me, damn it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
I can do this.
Master Sergeant awaiting orders.
My blade thirsts for battle. Which I also have to
Step,
ask,
step, step.
why, as a samurai, why are we given pikes with this?
No, they're spears.
I know-
And it's because
I know
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know they're supposed to be based on Yori spears, but at the same time, I do not think Yori spears had a tip like that.
Yari spears, and some of them did. Yes, had cross sections. Yes, they did.
No, not the cross section, the tip. Because Yari spears were kind of more.
Well, some spears are curved, some are straight, some are longer and shorter. It's just natural. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh.
Everyone's tip is different.
God.
Zaruk is regretting more decisions.
No, I'm just imagining all the characters that we're voicing actually having this conversation.
And
I'm
that would
hopefully ignoring it.
And that would probably be an accurate response for the commanders. Like,
So, because here's the thing, that is literally Diana, Stefan, and everyone else having this Lysander having this conversation, while the main character just sits there rubbing his temples, wondering what the fuck his army is talking about. Or it's also that thing. It's also that Breaking Bad thing. He goes, Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who the fuck starts a conversation
Like
that?
that? Yeah, who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just revived.
A lot has happened during
Clearly.
the time we were dead.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Sir, my name is Wendy.
Wendy's nuts.
Oh God, I knew it was coming at some point.
Go stand in the corner.
I stand with pride.
Is there request permission to use the bomb-headed imp as a kickball?
I mean, he'll probably detonate and kill us all.
Denied.
Though denied.
Awaiting your order.
I don't stay dead, so I don't care.
I have one life to lose. Thank you very much.
I'm not entirely sure what's going on with my life right now, and I don't want to test it right now.
I just don't like kickball.
How about baseball then?
Oh wait,
Basketball?
speaking of that, have y'all speaking
Rugby.
speaking of baseball, have y'all seen the video of like the guys like smacking molten iron with a shovel?
Yes.
Okay, you've seen that?
Why?
Well, no. They're in full gear. They melt down some iron, toss it up into the air, and a dude smacks it with a shovel, and it literally looks like a bunch of fireworks go off in front of them.
Okay, the fact that they're in gear gives me a sigh of relief. Cause...
Yeah, they're in that you know that silver suit that guys wear if they want to go explore a volcano? They're wearing that.
The fire suit.
Yeah, they're wearing that. So
everyone that's grown up watching the Discovery Channel around our age knows what the fire suit is.
Yeah, from Mythbusters.
Because Jamie wants Big Boom.
Jamie wants Big Boom. Yeah. Also, I don't care what people say. I know people out there will be like, I can't stand my coworker. Adam and Jamie hated each other and were professional enough to put up with each other for over a decade. Man up.
No, I've actually seen that kind of disputed. It's not that they weren't friends, but they didn't actively hate each other.
No, they were they were professional with each other.
Yeah.
They were just coworkers.
Yeah.
They appreciated that they both had different perspectives, but they were not personal friends.
I think the other funny thing to me is that Adam Savage is still very popular and very well known. Like, he has stuff on YouTube and all that stuff. And Jamie Heineman just dropped off the face of the earth.
He did so deliberately, though.
Yeah, I know.
Like Jamie never wanted the spotlight.
Yeah.
Like that was one thing that when you hear backstory stories, you realize that he hated it whenever Discovery's like, we got to do the TV thing.
Yeah. And then you got, like, I think Tori Belleci's off doing his own thing. Carrie Byron still hosts shows on Discovery and everything.
Yeah.
And Adam basically tried to do Mythbusters Jr., but the magic was gone, so...
Yeah. Well, they tried doing, like, a follow-up with a different crew, and...
Nobody.
Adam and Jamie just worked.
Yeah.
It's like, even if they didn't get along personally, they had that level of chemistry that just made the show work.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, but all good things must come to an end, lest they be dragged out and die and, paraded around like a corpse. So
speaking of things coming to an end and classic groups, apparently Top Gear UK is now off the air.
Oh no! Anyway.
Exactly. it's like the show lasts for 22 plus seasons, 22 plus years.
I think
they get rid of Clarkson, Hammond, and May. It lasts what, 3 years, 4
Something
years,
like that.
and it's dead.
I mean, yeah.
I'm more you want to? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, you did the one thing you're not supposed to do. You broke the natural order thing.
You fools! You've messed with the natural order. And if you want another example of something that I can't believe is still around, Whose Line Is It Anyway is still around, granted with a new host, but some of the same guys, like Colin, Ryan, all of them are still, Wayne Brady, they're all still there.
Yeah, I think Greg pops up once in a while, yeah. But they actually did provide homage in one of the episodes because they were doing a hoedown.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact lyrics that Ryan did, but he did say at the end, yeah, it's true. We all miss Drew Carey.
Yeah.
Because they got along great. They were actually all
very close. Friends. Yeah, they were all good friends.
Yeah. I mean, literally,
Ryan Cullen is the bromance we all want.
They were all doing it for fun.
Yeah.
You could tell. Yeah.
I mean, my favorite, but let's be honest, the best bit was when they had, hold on, when they had, crap. What is his name?
Robin Williams?
Yeah, when they had Robin Williams on an episode.
That was great. That was the best episode.
What Robin Williams is thinking right now, walks in the middle of the stage, I have a career. What the hell am I doing?
Yeah, it's great because here's an interesting story. So you know how Drew never seemed to quite hit the jam, but even so, he still got a couple of zingers when he got pulled in stage?
Yeah.
Originally speaking, he never intended on being on stage. He planned on being the MC. It was ABC Family that pushed him to actually get involved.
Yeah.
And when they told him they were going to do that, he actually booked a regular repeating slot at the local improv club to learn how to do this. Because Drew was a sitcom and stand-up guy. But he said, you know what? If they want me to do this, I'm going to do it right.
Yeah.
And he talked to Ryan Collin a lot. He learned from them how to do this. And he got some amazing zingers. So.
And the thing about it is, it's kind of funny because, like, a similar show to that is Mock the Week in the UK. It's off the air now, mainly because, well, there's a few reasons. One reason is that apparently a lot of the jokes they were saying were getting very political and very, like, sketchy. It also doesn't help that one of the regulars on that show, one of the regular stand-up comedians, turned out to be a very, very far-right leaning Scottish conservative, which is another reason it went off the air. But to be fair, as someone who's been to the UK, I can tell you probably the main reason it was off is because British humor is all kinds of foul, and that's probably why it was taken off.
British humor is very much a case of, you remember that joke, I don't know if you've seen it, but like Europe works in a very weird way where it's like, yeah, we're all allies and friends, but if I have to speak to a Belgian...
yeah. That
is just the UK.
You want to hear like a very fun the UK?
What?
So, Josiah, you're gonna love it. Because I talked about Rage Against the Machine. One funny thing about Rage Against the Machine, because of their popularity, because they are very anarchist. Their whole music is fuck the system. Yep. So, it's the funniest thing. They always get deals from corporations. So, the BBC, so like has one of them sing one of their gigs. Now, so backstage they go like, "Hey, you guys, we don't want you to swear during the songs." So, wait. So, they sang. I forgot what the song name was.
The paladin never surrenders.
Yeah, Testify.
Yeah.
So they were singing Testify, and there are some lyrics that are never added that they always sing at the end, and so they sang it, and the last lyrics of the thing is literally them continually saying, "Fuck you! You don't tell what to do. You don't tell what to do." So they literally, for 5 whole seconds, were shouting we're shouting at that at the top of their lungs. I was like, oh shit!
Well,
And they were immediately cut out.
Yeah.
So that was the funniest thing.
I mean, again, you're gonna put the band on stage. Don't tell them what they can and can't do because they're gonna do it anyway. You want another funny example? So I'm pretty sure everyone here knows about the band Sabaton. Everyone and how cool they are. So here's the thing. Joachim, who's the lead singer of Sabaton, has gone on record saying that out of all the songs they perform, the one that people love the most, because someone asked him, what is the song that people love but you don't like singing?
Swedish Pagans.
Yeah, Swedish Pagans. And every time people call for it, it always makes him, he says, it makes me nervous. Because, now, someone might have to give me context, because I know the song is kind of like, around the edges, but, I don't know why he's so I mean, he doesn't hate the song, it's just he doesn't like singing it at certain venues. So someone might have to give me context as to why, but yeah, it's like, he says it always makes me a little nervous when people call for that song.
I just looked it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than that. It's basically a case of it got overplayed. It's not really content-wise, as far as I can tell. It's basically why some bands hate their most popular songs. It's like, this happens again.
Yeah.
Although these days they do kind of play with it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But especially because I can actually quote last year at Sabaton Live.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of, screwing on stage, and one of the guitarists started playing the opening riff of it. And you see Joachim run over to him, like, no.
Yeah.
And he keeps playing, and finally Joachim just hangs his head, flips him off, and they start into the song. And afterwards he said, fine, you want to run the show? Fine, I'm going to go have a beer. You run the show now.
Malicious compliance.
That's what he did, actually. And
so Radiohead actually hates the songwriting. That is actually one of they have been starting to play it though, because one, it's nostalgia. Two, they know everyone likes it.
I remember. Okay. I gotta tell you guys this because this is really funny. So, it's also really interesting. So, when my dad was growing up, way before he met my mom. Well, a little bit of context. There was an up-and-coming band. I don't remember their name. I wish I could. But they were an up-and-coming band that my dad knew. Now, my dad was good friends with the leader of the band. Now, they were pretty good for an up-and-coming group, but they performed at some really shady and dirty shit. Like, they were places that you would not feel comfortable going to perform, basically. But they were an up-and-coming group, and they had to get their name out there. Well, one day, my dad is dating this girl, and he takes her, she wants to go to one of their concerts. So my dad takes her to this venue. It's kind of one of those, not a barn really, but those huge venue places that you can rent out for events or whatever. It's kind of, but it's I don't know how to really describe it for you, but it's basically a small venue you can, or building you can rent out for a performance. Well, he goes there with this girl. She goes to hang out with her friends, and my dad told me that the moment he walked through those doors, he, and I quote, said, something felt wrong. That feeling when every part of your body says, this is not good, you need to leave? He was like, yeah, it was one of those moments. But, I had taken her there, and I was going to do my best to stick it out, until the band's leader spotted my dad and literally, as he described it, stormed over to him, grabbed him by the shoulders and said, what the fuck are you doing here? Because, here's the thing. My dad knew this guy. They were good friends. Well, good-ish friends. They were pretty good with each other. But the thing is, this guy, my father was Christian. This guy was not. Far from it. But knowing that my dad would never go to these kind of seedy kind of venues, he literally came over, and my dad said he was scared for me. He said, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, why are you here? And my dad said that he brought a girl with him, and he's like, yeah, no, I don't care. he says in his words were, I don't give a shit why you're why you're here. What are you doing here? Like, why? He goes, this is no. And he said, he told me point blank, he looked me dead in the eye and said, you need to turn your ass around and leave. He said, this is not the kind of place you want to be at. He said, you need to go. And he asked why, and the guy was like, I'm not going to tell you why. You need to go. And so my dad did go. Turned out later, that place got raided by the cops. And because there was a lot of backroom drug dealing going on there. None of the band members were incriminated, but that guy knew something shady was going on and basically was like, yeah, no, you do not need to be here. Get the fuck out and go. And later on when my dad thanked him for that, he shook his head, and my dad said, I thanked him for it, and he told me point blank, he's like, and I'm not going to use my dad's real name, I'm just going to call him Mr. Zaruk. He's like, Mr. Zaruk, he goes like, you are not the kind of guy who needs to be at those places, and he goes like, and for your sake, it's a good thing I was there, because had you been caught there, yeah, it would have been, he goes like, you probably would have been one of the people investigated, because you did not fit in. Because like, there was some really freaky shit going on. You did not fit in. Just another time, like Sabaton, just another time where band people look out for the people who are there. Ferris, you may know, is it Radiohead or like, I don't know if it's them. It's some metal band that's known for like big time looking out for their fans. Like when one guy fell over and they thought he was going to get crushed, they actively stopped the show. And we're like, get that guy up. Like, and told people. Yeah, help that guy up. See, Lieutenant Archibald, you're hired.
Is it,
Might have been Metallica, I don't know.
No, not Metallica, they're assholes.
Yeah. The skull calls to you.
You don't want that item. Look at it.
I don't care if it's bad. The skull calls to you.
The space book says this is bad.
The space book can't stop it because it's a skull. It can't read.
So, and we also can't afford it. So.
Yeah.
Goddamn capitalism.
I wish I could remember the name of that the band. I just don't remember them. But yeah, they literally stopped their show and like berated the crowd, saying, "Help that guy up! Why are y'all just standing there?"
Because there's a lot of musicians that do that actually.
And then go ahead.
I know. Let's see, Iron Maiden. Probably,
yeah, it might have been them. I'm not sure.
Like we got because there's a lot of good, like Iron Maiden, usual is like a classic. Avenged Sevenfold. We got.
Wait, they're still around? I thought Avenged Sevenfold broke up a while back. They're still around?
Let me check actually.
Also, the funniest thing to me, it will never not make me laugh, that Avenged Sevenfold was kind of a was kind of an unknown group, and then they had a cameo in Black Ops 2 when everyone wanted their shit. So,
yeah.
They're still a good band, though. So.
Are they still running? Yeah, they're running.
Wow. You guys want to know one band that I thought was really cool growing up, but now I know they're all assholes? Well, know that they're that their band leader, or that by extension the band, are assholes?
I'm just getting started.
Yeah. I do know that Slipknot actually stopped everything because the EMTs couldn't actually reach a guy.
Yeah.
Who was in the pit, and they were getting so they literally stopped in the middle of the sentence, like, "Hey, fuck, that dude's." To be sure that Sam Carter actually has stopped music just to point out one dude was literally groping a girl.
Yeah. Hey Holt, how you doing?
Like.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I heard about that.
Yeah.
But one band I now know are like, I used to love their stuff, which is a shame, but now I know, like, I always think I'm like, ugh, fuck these guys. Is Skillet. They're not good people. Because not only is not only is the lead singer an asshole when it comes to kind of stuff. He's also, from what I recall correctly, is very anti-LGBTQ, which is a shame because I'm like, you know what? For a group that basically champions themselves as like the, like the best version of like a Christian, a Christian rock band you're gonna get, you guys are still assholes. So, so yeah, I like. Also, they're also like, I don't know. It's like he's in interviews and everything. He's come off like an asshole, which I keep thinking. I'm like, I used to like you guys. Why are you an asshole? I don't know. Like, why? It's weird because like it's the exact opposite we were always told growing up. People were like, oh, the metal bands and the hard rock bands are all assholes. Okay, sure, some of them are, but most of them are not. Like,
looks over at Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper is a cool fucking guy.
That's exactly my point. It's like
shock rock demigod Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Who literally like owns his own restaurant and will sometimes go there and work because he's bored.
Like there's a lot of good. Like that's the thing though. A lot of musicians can be really chill because they're just dudes just playing music. They're just trying to get their word out.
Okay, well let me ask everyone here something. This is for everyone and the people in the chat. If you could like sit down and like, I don't know, just sit down and like converse or hang out with any band you wanted to for like, let's say 2 hours. You can ask anything, you can do anything you'd want, whatever. Who would it be and why?
Does it have to be a metal band?
No, it could be any band. Any band.
Millie.
Nice.
Millie? Okay.
So there's a Japanese indie band called Millie, and all of their music is directly to my tastes, and the themes swirl around robots, death, love, and food.
Also, thank you, Holt. Well, sorry to interrupt. Thank you, Holt, for doing that. Holt used my code at Waifu Wares. Thank you. Yeah, for those who don't know, I'll say it again. I am an affiliate with Waifu Wares, so if you go to their website and use Zaruk15, you get 15% off, and then after 15% off your total, and of that total, I get 20% of that as a commission because, well, you bought product from them. And what is Waifu Wares? Think basically a cheaper and, in my opinion, better alternative to like gamer subs waifu shakers, because these are not made by a corporation. These are made by an indie group with their own 3D printer stuff, and they actually work with smaller VTubers and smaller community members, to help promote their brand, and because who doesn't like a waifu shaker? And they said if 10 people use my discount code, I can make my own. So, thank you, Holt. I appreciate it.
Oh, dear.
Also, Holt says Paramore for his band.
Paramore's a good band.
I'm actually kind of torn because there are two bands that I wanted to watch. One is The Killers. I've been a very big fan of The Killers, and I always wanted to just sit down with Brandon Flowers. Just ask him how it was, just like growing up and how it influenced music. Another group I also want to talk to or pick the head of is actually a Japanese group from, I think,
you make this too easy.
South, that originates from America. Monkey Magic.
Never heard of them.
Oh, again, their music's really big and is really popular in
Okay.
Japan. But they are an English-speaking band. Like they're an American. I think they're American native. Actually, let me check.
Dinner time.
But all their songs is
Popular in Japan. Huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Canadian, yeah.
Oh, they're Canadian.
So it's yeah, they're Canadian. They're a Canadian band that is primarily based in Japan.
Huh.
All their songs are in Japanese. They live in Sendai.
Huh.
Yeah. They actually, a lot of their songs are very it's very much the idea of just being in harmony and just kind of going with the flow kind of thing. Big ones that I liked was Around the World, Change,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Sunshine. I was
Around the world, around the world.
I think that's a different group.
No, I like Around the World because it literally starts with, I want to fight your brother. That's Kung Fu.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. The music's great. And I like the band. I would just like to add, like, just pop into their heads and just try to figure out what they like, how their life experiences influence their music. Because that's a great thing about music.
Can I ask how many of my team is gay?
Few people. You're not though. What about you, Laz, Abaddon? What about y'all? What band would y'all want to do that with?
So, I have like, honestly, strangely enough, it'd be like fan creator, like Stupendium or Chalk Eaters, just because I want to.
Oh, the Chalk Eaters are great.
Yeah, I want to find out their
also
process for like writing, because some of the lyrics are really creative.
I would say you could probably put a runner-up as Miracle of Sound then. In that case.
Yes, Miracle of Sound.
Oh, that would be nice.
Now, one dude, yeah. Now, for me, obviously Sabaton, duh. But one person, I'm gonna say this first. One person I would have said yes to would have been Stringstrom, but then it came out that he's a fucking pedophile. So that, and if y'all don't know who Stringstrom. Yeah, and Amina and I were both very disappointed with that because we love Rylanor's Last Stand by Stringstrom, and he's done a lot of 40K music. But yeah, and it wasn't just accusations. No, he openly admitted that that he had a problem, like, and that he was guilty. And I was like, well, guess
at least you're not trying to hide it, but
that only gets you so far.
Yeah, so.
Oh no, he also did a song for BattleTech too.
Yeah, he did, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So aside from Sabaton, definitely Avenged Sevenfold, because I do love their stuff. But probably another one that I would that I probably want to that I'd at least like to chat with would be Crossfade, if anyone's ever heard of them.
Yeah.
There's also another one that I would another one would be Audio Adrenaline. They are like Audio Adrenaline they are like, how do I describe them? Audio Adrenaline is the type of group that'll make you want to like get up on your feet and actually like sing or dance. They're that good. But the thing about them is that the crazy thing is that everyone likes to call them a Christian band when they've said they're like, I like what their lead guy was like. He's like, I guess you could say that, but none of our music is religious. It's all rock and roll. Because it's like, that whole, well, yes, but actually no. That perfectly sums them up. But Audio Adrenaline has some great music. They are really good. So there's that.
Just because it's not anti does not mean it's for.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can just use themes.
Yep.
And they just happen to be cool, and they fit there, and they fit the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm just sitting here trying to think of like what my two were, and the names I think of are Starset and Poets of the Fall.
Mm-hmm.
Starset because the mixing of this wild sci-fi time travel secret society story amongst like heavy rock music is really well done for them. They're like one of the few bands that has an officially sanctioned novel for their stuff. And Poets of the Fall, I get the feeling none of y'all have heard of them, but you'll know their music if I tell you what it is. I assume you've all played Max Payne or Max Payne 2.
Yeah.
You know the song from Max Payne 2, Late Goodbye?
Yeah.
That's Poets of the Fall.
Yeah.
They have been very closely working with Remedy for donkey's years. Like, they had a bunch of songs in pretty much all their stuff. Alan Wake. In Alan Wake, Old Gods of Asgard, those guys, the old guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Poets. That's them. So, and their stuff is very wildly varying, and they also do this very weaving storyline into everything. So I want to talk to those two bands about where did this come from? How did the threads connect? You know, where is the story? What is the story behind all this?
Mm-hmm. Okay, actually, I got the sorry. I got the band wrong. It's not Audio Adrenaline. Audio Adrenaline is a pure Christian rock group. No, the guy I'm talking about is Toby Mac. Toby Mac is now, here's the thing. Many people do describe him as a Christian rock kind of guy, but his music, if you listen to some of his songs, you would not be able to know it. Like, his stuff is like, literally, one of the songs is called Booming, and it's literally talking about songs like cranking up the music so loud that it destroys your stereo. Like, he's that kind of, like, he's very, like, again, the message doesn't matter to me as long as the music is good. So, like, I'm looking at you, Powerwolf.
Oh, God, Powerwolf.
Yeah.
Something sanctified with dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, these are, look.
Something resurrection. Resurrection by erection.
Powerwolf makes no sense.
Yeah.
And you love it because
something.
of that.
Yeah, something. Say amen and attack.
No, I think the thing is, they're not a Christian band, but they're using the Christian fervor.
Yeah, the fervor. Yeah.
They're fueling that kind of thing, despite it not being Christian.
Those guys literally, what was it I heard someone say? He goes like, what was it? Powerwolf was literally the metal furry band. That's what people describe them as. Which, I mean, they kind of are. So.
Like, okay, no. Here's the thing. You don't play Sabaton. Like, you're playing Imperial. When you're playing Imperial Guard, you're playing Sabaton. When you're playing Sisters of Battle, you play Powerwolf.
No, when you're playing Black Templars, you play Powerwolf.
Oh, yeah.
No, when you're playing Space Wolves, you're playing Powerwolf.
Oh, well, that's also true.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that's more fitting.
Yeah. But again, it's one of those, like, I stand by that. I'm like, I don't care what the music is about as long as it's good music.
Exactly.
Okay, no. You want to actually hear a really good band? You want to try Euro metal?
Euro metal?
No, Euro beat metal.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
No.
So, okay. But how about if I tell you about the majority of their songs is a dedication to Berserk?
I mean,
I give to you, like, I would recommend the band The Beast in Black.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Also, like, there's one thing I remember, what was it? There was something I remember reading about how, like, when it comes to a lot of bands, like, I don't remember which band they were talking about.
Is the good,
huh?
Nickelback is good, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Nickelback.
I mean, they get a lot of shit, but they're good.
But Nickelback is basically the case of, are we massively overproduced and kind of generic? Yes, but we're having fun.
Yeah, and also
and to point out,
it's not our fault that our producers and everything won't, keep running our stuff into the ground.
And it's like the perfect example I can say for like Nickelback is clearly just having fun. Go listen to Nickelback's This Afternoon. Yeah. It's a song literally about getting shit-faced with your friends and having a blast.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to say, one of the like, to show you how much they actually love Berserk, for Valentine's Day, they released a song talking about Guts and Casca's relationship with each other called Broken Survivors.
Oh, also, don't forget, when it comes to Nickelback, don't forget that they've actually gone on record, like, looking at all the memes about their stuff and have said that the "look at this photograph" is probably one of their favorite jokes about their music.
Look at this giraffe!
Look at this giraffe!
Yeah, it's like they're very much in on the joke.
Of course.
It fun.
I mean, then you got groups like Green Day who are also very aware. Like, that's the thing; they're just good. But I feel like people, like, I don't like how people, like, give them a lot of shit and stuff. Like, I've heard someone literally called a Green Day an anarchist band. And I'm like, they are not an anarchist band. They're just like,
they're just punk.
Yeah, they're punk. They're a punk band.
They used to be. Well, no, they're kind of less punk nowadays.
Look at this graph. Zoom in on face. Yeah.
If you want to look more anarchist of that era, you look at The Offspring.
Yeah. Speaking of anarchist in music, maybe someone could tell me, like,
like I said, Rage Against. That's very anarchist.
Yeah, but I'm also like, could someone please explain to me, why the hell am I seeing a bunch of Mojang stuff and the whole feed the machine thing? What the hell's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna explain.
Whoa. Okay, one at a time.
Where do we fucking start?
Destroy the vote. Destroy the vote. Destroy the vote.
So, to explain. So, Minecraft, or Mojang, has decided, we're gonna hold a poll for voting for the next animal to come. And we got 3 animals. We got a crab, cute. We got armadillo, also cute. And we got penguin, also cute. However, and they want everybody to vote on it.
Okay.
The problem is, the majority vote didn't win.
Oh.
Because the thing is, the vote is a false choice.
Yeah.
It's advertising.
Yeah. So
with a new update.
Yeah,
and also, all the losers are never added forever. That one chance is gone forever. No matter how much
nobody won.
Wants it.
Yeah, nobody won. So obviously, the natural thing to do is for the entire base to turn communist against Mojang.
They've made propaganda posters.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Mojang's kind of a fuckhead anyway. So
yeah, they are.
Done to shit. Yeah, I'm surprised this is what made people riot and not the EULA changes back in August.
There's last straws are last straws.
Yeah, true.
You see, the thing is, most people don't speak legalese.
Yeah.
Everybody speaks getting cheated.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad it's finally happening, and I hope that means people realize, hey, wait a minute. This new EULA is also shit, and Mojang's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Did
nobody won.
Hear about that?
Nobody won in the poll. Actually, that I forgot to say. Yeah, none of the choices mattered, so everybody's angry.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter, apparently.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this whole vote thing every single time has been excessively toxic with infighting. So it was never a good thing for the community in the first place. So why keep it around if they're just gonna cheat you?
Yeah.
Because
Makes
they don't
sense.
care about the infighting, they care about
the money,
the clicks.
Yeah.
Oh god, it gets
So
really.
now it's time for a revolution.
It's
and then
really...
modders got all the animals in under a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course.
I would just like to say that Tide Reaver's base is looking very, very vulnerable, and I would love
to have it. Yeah, I know.
I'm rereading the Mojang EULA changes. It's like, God, this is worse than they thought when it first came out.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So, for those of you who don't know, this was an after cut to a couple of servers that had like the firearm mods in Minecraft, and there was some drama that happened with it. And Mojang arbitrarily said, basically guns fall under adult content guidelines, so shut your shit down. And then they changed the EULA with several. Let's find some nice hay. Servers with player queues are now non-EULA compliant.
What?
Yeah, access to your server can't be limited to or controlled, directly or indirectly, by a player owning or having access to out-of-game content, products, or services.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Basically, they're saying you can't run the thing the way you want to run it. We get to do that.
Yes, in fact, you're exactly right, because the next part, any server, piece of online content such as video or other, may be taken down due to any reason whatsoever if Mojang don't like what you're doing. All permissions and consents are given by us at our discretion and may be revoked at any time if we think it is appropriate to do so.
So, basically translated as, we don't care if you made the mod, we don't care if it's your creation, it's our game, so we can shut your shit down if we want to. And we don't have to get your permission. Wow!
Yeah,
What do you mean, your server?
All server owners are obligated to add a disclaimer saying not an official Minecraft product and not approved by or associated with Mojang or Microsoft.
So then why the hell do they get to shut you down if it's not associated?
Because they want to have their cake and eat it too.
Any server is considered commercial under every circumstance, even if it does not make money.
That makes no damn sense. That is incredibly stupid.
In-person events like LAN parties are no longer allowed to engage in sponsorships if said event is to make money.
Yep.
They also cannot be marketed using Minecraft assets such as logos or fonts. Here's the bomb. Here's the nuke.
Mm-hmm.
Servers with any, let me say any content not suitable for 10-year-olds, whatever that may be, is no longer allowed.
Okay, except the game's for everyone.
All servers, entitlements, and advertising are suitable for audience of all ages.
That makes no...
Yeah.
You can't say anything less than 10, but our game's for everyone. You can't have both! Pick one! Anyway, sorry. You're conflicted. I can smell it on you. That's creepy, dude. I'm gonna say that's creepy.
Divine sense.
Sender.
Oh. Sorry, I'm like there's a bit of lag.
Yeah, don't worry.
I ask you to consider what we're doing. Sorry, did you hear me?
No, it got out.
Sorry. I ask you to consider what we're doing, and to keep this Beatrix on a short leash.
I hear you. Beatrix just falls into our lives, and now we're chasing legends.
Don't fall into the trap of her titties. It's a booby trap, Zaruk.
Just
Why?
Just slowly reach for his neck.
We know so little about these divine weapons.
You got it. You've seen Beatrix's magic. That's a lot of power. Aren't you at least curious?
I'm always curious. Ow.
That's right.
I may need to like
Yeah, it's all right. I got it. But this is reckless. You must at least give me time to interpret the Historium Magnus. I believe I'm starting to make sense of it. Like this passage that says Magnus did nothing wrong.
Hey, wait a minute.
Okay, here we go.
Of course. Only you would have that kind of patience. Certainly not me.
I'd like to point out I found a passage that said Magnus did everything wrong.
Sometimes I can't put thoughts into words. My experience with death and rebirth.
It seems beyond the realm of words to describe.
Yep, same with this draw to the Divine Shrines. Lysander, I felt something familiar in the shrine at Mount Karnak. It's like I've been living a lie until that moment. How can one resist the long-awaited truth? Could you?
Waka waka waka. Zaruk, I swore to be your right hand, and a proper right hand does not let his leader go unprepared. I just asked that you keep your eyes open. There is something going on I do not like. We are about to pursue the shrine at Greywind Mountain. Let's hope we find the answers we need there. I don't know, maybe something forward, like a fist. Foreshadowing.
Greywind Peak lies before Zaruk's army, as do the competitors to the Nephilim Shrine. The Nephilim army is prepared to meet fierce resistance from the Imperial garrison here. As Zaruk considers that they seem to defend the divine shrines more strongly than major cities, it becomes plausible that the Nephilim prophecy is going to have serious consequences for the world. let's see, real quick. Okay, this should be interesting. Because I think we're gonna do this and then end it because we're almost at our 4-hour limit. But this should be interesting.
Oh god.
What's your angle?
I can be your angle.
Yes, for this,
level.
yes, for this, I'm going to like turn this on so y'all can actually read it. Hold on. Y'all won't be able to hear me very well, but that's okay. There you go.
Beatrix, a moment of your time.
Oh my gracious, how rude of me. I should have sought you out. Shh. Should I wanted to prattle on about some nonsense? Do forgive me.
No prattle. I want to know what you're doing. Why are you here with us?
This is why I do not trust the quote-unquote intellectual. Too much education, not enough personality. You should make yourself useful and disappear.
Everyone has the desires. What do you wish to gain?
Desires? Darling, I'm already at the top of the totem pole. On that subject, why are you still here? Admiring the view? I cannot say I blame you.
Charming. It seems you're not going to take me seriously. Just know that I am not convinced by prophecy, as you say. It will not be. Yeah.
So you gotta chill out. We're reading. Then what are you waiting for? All talk and no action makes Lysander a dull boy.
All out, all out, call out.
Shut up, I have a gun. You underestimate me, sorceress. So many have done so. But I always found a way when others haven't. Goodbye, Beatrix. I will always get the
And
last
remember,
word
in
myself.
some outcomes, she actually ends up with him.
Actually, that'd be funny.
That would be.
Though, let's be real, the only entertaining.
Yeah.
That's it. So, but you will.
I mean...
You should do it anyway.
How about I do anyway? Yes.
Dragon!
Yep.
Look at all those dragons.
Yep. All those Durgan. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay then.
Eh?
Nope. He's ready. So, I sadly do not have any more. We can, hold on. Because if I recall correctly... Whoops. Okay, so he's got to be a rogue. So we need, crap. What becomes rogues? Okay.
Isn't it just normal?
No, you need, so you... where's my thing? No? Yeah, fight. So... And skirmishers can become assassins.
You're breaking up again.
I know.
I think, yeah, we're gonna... The War Banner!
So many things to use. Banners to wit.
Here's the question: who's holding the War Banner in the thief group?
It's a cape now.
Everyone?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna strangle Wyatt with a